Okay, we're live.
All
It says
right.
it. We're doing it.
Is this the awkward moment you told me about?
Yeah, this is the awkward moment. Yeah, there was a pause because I hit the button and you
Okay.
couldn't tell. Viewers at home don't know either, but
All
you
right.
know, we're doing it. We're live. This is my very special guest, Mary M.
Woo.
Welcome. First time on the show. Maybe first time on YouTube. Is that right?
Thank you for having me first off, but it is 100% my first time on a YouTube show. Yay, little
Love this.
clap, little clap. So I figured if I was going to do this, it would have to be with you on this channel. So
Absolutely. So people at home, I keep saying people at home. I don't
people
even
at
say
home.
that. People at home may recognize Mary from the various chats of channels that I'm on. You've been in the Fangirls Assemble chat. You've been in
Hmm.
my chats before. I know you're a fan of my dad's. So
Listen, I love Larry, and I'm really upset that he's not here yet. Maybe he's
I,
busy
you
filming his
know,
own videos. I don't know, but
maybe I should text him and be like, "I'm sorry, where are you at?" Like, I'll
yeah.
text him right now.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
look, I
but
see
hey,
Joe's
Joe's
here.
here.
Woohoo!
Hey, Joe. Look at you guys. Exciting. Yes. Thank you for being here, Joe. Joe knows Mary. Absolutely.
Of course.
And Mary
Everybody
and I,
knows Joe.
yeah, we've been friends for years now. Do you know how long it's been? Do you remember? This is not a quiz. I
Let's
don't
see.
know.
Now I know you probably like saw it came up as like a Facebook memory and you know the exact date. No. Um, I don't know how many years now.
It feels
Uh,
like a long time.
yeah, we definitely met through this through book not booktube. Do people say booktube? I know I'm on a comic channel. Like I'm
I
sorry.
feel like people in this little realm don't say
Yeah.
booktube, but maybe
Okay.
people watching know booktube. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
like absolutely through booktube. You and I love booktube.
Yeah, definitely do.
Talk about that.
I think we definitely started chatting through the Omni Bros channel,
Yeah.
right? And that while you were doing Fangirls, right? Am I
Yeah. I
but
think
I
that's right.
yeah. I don't know how many years though it's been. I'm horrible with dates, but I mean it's 6, 7-ish? No?
It feels like maybe? I don't know. I don't even know how long I've been doing this. So,
Okay.
hey, I just texted my
Okay.
dad.
Here he is. Hi Larry.
Thanks for being here, Dad. Mary enjoys your channel. So, we were just
I
talking
do.
about you.
I do.
Yeah, but Mary and I were talking and she was like, "Yeah, I'd like to do this." And I was like, "Great. I've only wanted this to happen forever, I feel like. But I don't want to pressure people, you know."
Well,
And
you I was going to say you knew that when I was ready I would just be like, "Ah, let's just do it."
yeah, and it happened. So
Yeah.
I'm very glad it happened. And Mary and I always talk about books. So, like every day, we send voice
Yeah.
memos back and forth,
Yeah.
and we discuss what we're reading,
Yes.
what we need to read, what we bought, which is more than we've read. Always.
Right. Yeah, probably
Feel like,
30, 70% maybe 30.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
okay.
too bad. Some people are worse.
Some
His
people
name's
might
Jess.
yeah. Ooh,
Ooh,
shots fired at Jess, and he's not
yeah, he
even
won't
here.
watch this. It's
You're
fine.
dead. That's right, Larry's gonna tell on us.
Yeah,
He
my dad's gonna text Jess. I don't think you guys text, right? It's fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll find a way.
Yeah. But we're surrounded by stacks of books because we've
Yes,
decided we want to talk about what we want to read before the end of the year, before 2023 happens. I can't believe it's so close. It's
I
almost
know.
November. What's happening? And I
It's
feel like we
crazy.
probably say this every year, but I don't know. I don't know about you, but my reading goals have been shot this year. It's not been good.
Well, I have to say, your reading goals are quite large. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's true.
oh, look what your dad said, "The bros ignore him."
Well,
Oh,
forget
wah,
them.
wah. Well, you're in the right place then.
That's right. That's right. We're not going to ignore you, Dad. Keep talking.
So what tell me again what your Goodreads reading goal is. It's something like 400, 500 books, isn't it?
Let me double check the app, but I believe it is 500. I gotta tell you, I'm nowhere near it. So I'm gonna change it. And I know I changed it last year. People got so mad at me. And by people, I mean probably some one angry dude or something. But he was like, "You can't just change your goal." I'm like, "Listen, it's my goal. I can
Yeah, why
do what I
not?
want. Who cares?"
I've done that before. I just like I want to feel like I'm accomplishing something, so I'll
Yeah.
just lower it. And
Yeah.
well you read a ton of books from the library and
Mm.
stuff like that too. So I know I tease you about the large goal, but it is, you know.
Well, in most years I've been able to hit it, but last year I had to put it down to something lower. It's
Yeah.
500 right now. There's no way. I'm not going to do it. I'm at like 181, which is good,
Yeah.
but there's no way. There's just no way.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't have
looking
that
at
kind of time.
I'm looking at mine and it says you've read 82 of 100 books, so I shoot low.
Hey. Yeah. And you know what?
Um,
I need to do that next year. I just feel
see,
like,
this time, sometimes you know how Goodreads sends you like little messages or, like they kind of tell you like, "Oh, you suck. You're not even close to your reading goal." No, it doesn't say that.
yeah,
But this
it does though.
this message I have here is pretty positive. It says, "Great going. Read 2 books per week for the rest of the year to complete your challenge."
Mm, so
Does yours say read 22 books per week?
let's see what mine says. I'll tell you, the app doesn't like tell me those sort of things, so I
Oh,
have to
really?
like log into the full website. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is.
I'm trying to figure out where I
Um,
I just found it on mine though. If I go to my
did you?
books, if you go to
What?
my you see it? And then
Wait,
you
hold
click
on.
this is
It's
this is
riveting.
exciting.
All right. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, it's right there. Yeah. I was just like looking too far down, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I think they're falsely positive because mine says, great going. No, it's not. Nope,
Oh,
I'm not. Great going. Read 5 books per day for the rest of the year to complete
wow.
your chat. Look, I can't do that. Goodreads. I can't do it.
So, great going. I don't feel special now. They say that to everybody.
Yeah, I thought hey, but you are great going. Like you're not a million books behind like me.
Yeah. You're gonna have to quit your job to read 5 books a
You're
day.
right. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Uh,
Philip's here. Nice live.
Philip?
Hey, Philip. How's it going? Great. How are you, Philip? I haven't hit my reading goal since 2017, behind 4,000 books now.
That's fine. That's
I
fine,
relate.
Philip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
We'll all get there someday. We'll do good
Just
someday.
we'll just keep buying books,
Yeah,
taking
adding
out
to it.
books from the library and not reading them.
Right,
It's
right.
fine. It's all
It's my
fine.
favorite thing to do, really.
Yeah.
Because you go to the library, and I don't know about you, but I get that like adrenaline of like feeling like I got a new book.
Oh, yeah.
Same as purchasing,
Mhm.
except actually it gives me less anxiety because yeah, I still
Yeah.
get a little bit. But like if I purchased a book, it's just gonna sit there forever. And if I don't read it, it's gonna haunt me, right? If I get one from the library, I gotta take it back eventually.
That's
And then
right.
it's not in my house anymore, so it's nice, you
Wait,
know?
I need to ask you this. This is a
Yeah.
little insight into my anxiety. So let's say I have like 5 books out from the library and I read even if I finish one. So I read it, I put it over there on the dining room table, and I will actually take 1 book back because it bothers me that it's sitting here. Now I have like 2 weeks left on it. I don't
Hmm.
know if I was the only person that did that, but
Oh, I literally did that yesterday. So I finished like 2 books and it was
yeah,
like, they gotta get out of here.
right?
And like 2 others were due. I was like, we're gonna bring all these back because I ain't got time. Like, I don't want to stare at this. I've
Yeah,
already accomplished it. I don't want to do it. No,
yeah.
I'm with you.
So much so, I think oh, go ahead, you could,
I just wish Amazon could pack like they did when they only sold books. Old man of the
yeah.
webcomic.
No, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah,
Kristen, you always remind me of that. You're like, the craziest thing is Amazon started off as a book selling company,
yeah.
and now it's like, yeah,
Now
luck
we
of the
get everything
draw.
in like flimsy envelopes, and it's like,
Yeah.
hey, this was a book, guys.
Although you told me recently, remember you were like, "Yeah, but oddly, when they ship vinyl, they do it pretty well." And I
Yeah,
find that true, but that's strange to me.
it's weird. They have like those vinyl, like specific fitted
Yeah.
to vinyl packages,
Yeah.
which are perfect. And I'm like, hi, can't we just like do this for a book? In fact, if they would put like a paperback book in one of those flat cardboard mailers,
Yeah. Yeah, that would
that's
work.
better than the little flimsy out like
Right.
that's not going to protect it at all, you know. But you know, they're not going to listen to us. They're not
Oh,
going to do it. Hey, James,
hey, James.
it's a cat, and what is it? A square? Is it supposed to be something else? I feel like some of the emojis never come through, you know?
That is a cat, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Amazon UK
Oh,
knows how to do it though.
really?
Oh, interesting. I've never ordered from them.
I was gonna say, do you must find a different selection with Amazon UK if you order from them.
I
Is that
believe he got like some Lord of the Rings hardcover box set that was UK only,
okay?
and it came okay, which is good.
Nice.
Yeah. But let's get in the book, shall we? You want to do that?
I'm ready. It's like if I move too much in any direction, there might be an
See what a
avalanche.
knockover.
So if something happens, just give me a
Mhm.
second. I'll
We're
pick
gonna know.
myself up off the floor.
I
I'll
totally
start.
get it.
You
I'm surrounded too. Yeah, you want to go back and forth?
Yeah, you can go
Okay.
first if you'd like.
Okay. I'm gonna start with let's start with the comics and graphic novels, manga,
Okay.
all that.
Okay.
I believe we both picked 10 each, and then there's some honorable mentions we wanted to talk about. Because we
Correct.
don't want to pile it too hard on ourselves, because here's the deal. Am I going to read any of these? Hopefully.
Mm,
But I'm not going
mm,
to pressure myself. Okay. This is just what I want to read before the end of the year.
right.
Okay. So I'm going to start with already a big one. So it's like, am I? But that is the Absolute Swamp Thing
Oh, nice.
by Alan Moore, Volume 1.
Okay.
This is actually Reed's book. He walked in here a second ago. Was like, "Hey, you gonna read my book?" And I was like, "Well, you haven't read it." So, but will I? These are beautiful though. There's 3 of these. They're a bit chunky.
Nice.
But I've just heard, as I'm sure you have as well, that this run is supposed to be amazing. I've just heard good things about it, and you know
Yeah.
what? It's soft on the inside, which is
That
interesting.
that looks nice.
Yeah, very beautiful hardcover. And a lot of people are like back and forth about the recoloring. I know my dad likes it, and I think it looks good. I didn't know what it looked like before though. So
Well, I was gonna say, I understand why people get upset about that, but if you didn't know what it looked like, I I I
right.
I have to admit, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference most likely.
Yeah, and I feel exactly the same. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're just sitting there. Reed hasn't read them, like I said. And my buddy Steven actually just started this, and he's like, "Hey, if you read it, we can do a show together." And I'm like, "Okay."
Oh,
So you know
nice.
me, if I have homework reading, I'm more
Yeah,
likely to read it. So I'm
definitely.
hoping to get to this. It is beautiful.
Well, the back of that is
Yeah,
gorgeous too.
they're all like all the sides of
Yeah,
this are very pretty.
nice.
And though like it's like a mossy cover, which makes
Yeah,
sense with the character, very, very nice. But I will say, if this didn't have a slipcover, I'd be
yeah,
so bothered because like that's cat hair fever. You know what I mean? Like that's like gonna
right.
immediately get all over it. So I think it worked out well. I'm planning to read all 3 of the Swamp Things next year too. Okay,
Uh,
Dad. I may beat you to it. We'll see.
I don't know. I think if maybe Larry switches up his schedule, maybe you, Larry, and Steven could do a show.
That'd be fun, Dad. What do you want to do?
Just saying.
That's a great, great idea.
All right. Well, ironically, I also have the Giant Absolute here.
Nice.
This is some people have opinions on this. It's the Kevin Smith. Let me get this out of here. It's the Kevin Smith Absolute Green Arrow. There we go.
Nice.
And pretty nice cover. The back is okay. But this is one of those deals. Kristen, do you remember where I got this?
I feel like it's Ollie's, right?
Was it Ollie?
Doesn't-
No, or was it Hamilton?
Oh yeah, it could have been Hamilton. I know I got mine at Ollie's.
Okay. So again, I've had this on my shelf forever. It's a nice looking book. I have a couple absolutes, to be honest, that have been on my shelf forever. There's a common theme in my selections here.
Mhm.
But oh look, there's a ribbon. I know Kristen loves ribbons.
Love it.
So this is one that I definitely want to read. Will I get to it this year? Let's be honest. Is it going to happen? I don't know.
I'll tell you what. I've had mine sitting on my shelf for too many years as well.
Yeah. So we'll see. Am I echoing? I feel like I hear myself.
No, you're okay on my end. I will say sometimes on StreamYard I will hear echoes of myself, and I don't know why.
Okay.
So
It's
anybody in
gone
the
now.
chat, if you hear something, yeah, let us know.
Um,
My dad's like, what day? I don't know what day.
3
don't know.
weeks. 3 weeks. Tuesday at 7. Just kidding.
What if we did? Oh, Mary, I have that too. It's years down my list. Years. I think that's one I got for my dad at Ollie's. Yeah, because I think they were like $10 at Ollie's. I mean, it was nothing.
Yeah, I feel like mine was like maybe like 20 or something like that.
Still so cheap for that.
I
Yeah.
know.
Can't resist.
So, but it's so funny. that your dad, he's like so like good with his lists. I sort of wish I could read
Yeah.
that way, but because I feel like he gets more done. Is
I
that true?
can't. Is that true, Dad? I can't imagine. I can't do it. I'm too much of a mood reader, and I think you're the same, right? Like,
Oh yeah,
I have to be in the mood for something.
yeah,
So I'm already like
yeah,
looking at that Swamp Thing. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to read it yet, but I do want to read it. Like,
yeah,
it's hard.
yeah. I didn't kid myself. I don't think I brought any omnis today.
That's for the best. I do have one on my list,
You do?
but am
Although
I gonna get to it?
I did have one, but it would have fit into the Kristen, this is your fault that I bought this category.
Yeah.
Not really your fault.
Hmm.
I forget what show it was, but you were talking about Animal Man, Lemire's Animal
Oh,
Man. So it
yeah.
was like one of those things, like, as you were chatting about it, I went online. I'm like, "Ah, 53 bucks. That sounds good." I
It's
ordered
a
it.
good deal.
On the shelf in plastic, I'm just
I love
preserving
it.
it.
Yeah, and I mean, it will go out of print again, so, like, you'll be fine no matter
There you
what
go.
you decide to do?
It's a collectible.
I miss my mark a lot. Well, it doesn't seem like it. You're pumping out
No, it
that
doesn't.
content. Yeah, you're killing it, Dad. My next is a manga, and there's absolutely no doubt in my mind, I'm definitely gonna read this before the end of the year.
Okay.
That's a thing I
Alright.
said,
Well, it's
okay?
big.
I know that. That's a big thing, but I think you'll know why. So it's Night of the Living Cats.
Oh, there we go. Here we go.
Okay,
Look at
1, I'm sorry there are balls on the cover, okay? Like,
Oh
there are
my
definitely
god.
there's definitely cat balls on the cover. I apologize to everybody, but I had to. Night of the come on. It's my
Oh, man.
stuff. It's a cat book.
That
It's got
looks fun.
zombies.
Yeah.
Uh, apparently, a virus spreads across the world, transforming all humankinds into wild, slavery, and furry beast cats. And the few survivors have to, like, try to not get this virus. I don't know what's happening. I don't need to know more than that, to be honest. It's already my jam. I feel like they were like, I mean, look at this cat just flying. Come on.
I mean,
Just
come
jumping
on.
through the air.
Look at that meow. Look, it's like
Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind. I feel like I'm definitely reading this
That's
year.
great. You have
This
to.
this won't be hard. There's just the first volume.
Yeah.
But it's got me written all over it. So,
It really
I have
does.
to. I have to.
Zombies and cats.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
What more can you need?
Alright, my next one, you guys, sorry. There's Alexander.
Oh, he just wanted to make an appearance.
He's, like, chatting with the other dogs in the courtyard. So my next one is also in the category of, "Hi, I've been on your shelf, Mary, for, I don't know, 2, 3 years." So it is Scene of the Crime. It's an Ed
Mm.
Brubaker, Sean Phillips. Have you read this one? Sorry, guys, I'm just getting my,
I haven't read that one. I've seen it
Okay.
around, but I bet my dad, if he's still in the chat, has read that.
Look at those end papers. Pretty cool.
Oh, very
Pretty
cool.
But yeah, I mean, listen, everybody loves Brubaker, especially with Sean Phillips. Michael Lark is also in this book. Let's see. There's an introduction from Brian Michael Bendis that makes some people happy, but it's the art you expect.
Mhm.
It's a short one, so I'm not sure why I haven't read it, because anything I've picked up in the crime genre with them, I've loved. So yes, I thought it was time. As you can see, it's a small one. So this one I think is realistic that
Yeah.
I
I think that's a
will.
great choice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that
I need
it
to
could
read it too.
happen. Do you have
I
that one
think
on
I
your
will.
shelf?
I don't have it on my shelf, but I know it's on Hoopla, so I know I can grab that one.
You never know. This could be one I read and decide, do I need to keep it?
Mhm.
Maybe Kristen could read it. And then here
I
comes the care package.
I love that option. Mary and I like to go, "Hey, we read this. Maybe we liked it, maybe we didn't. I'm gonna throw that your way."
Yeah.
So I have another one that's, what's this? Yeah, this was part of a Kickstarter.
Okay.
Because me and Kickstarters. I actually haven't backed anything since Giant Days in a long time. But this is one, it's called Stages of Rot.
Oh.
Beautiful cover. And the inside art is beautiful as well. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what this is about. Let me look at the back. An alien desert comes to life around the body of a dying whale.
Oh, this is what's that book everybody is either loves or hates?
Beautiful Darkness. Yeah. Yeah. I hope I didn't love that one. I know you were like you liked it more, I think.
I'm laughing because people have such a reaction to that book.
Yeah.
Either they're like mortified
Mhm.
or I really enjoyed it, but
Yeah, there were parts I liked about it. I definitely liked the art. Beautiful
yeah,
art.
yeah.
But yeah, I'll see what this is about. But look, there's not much text happening.
All right,
So that's why I'm like, I need to set myself some realistic goals in this.
that's promising.
Okay. And this came with another one that I didn't put on my list, but I should. You know what? I'll add it right now. These go
Okay,
together.
okay.
And that's the A Frog in the Fall and Later On. It's that weird one. I've shown this on one of the shows where it comes in like this slip.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. And you can put it on your shelf like this. But the book itself is like hardcover, but
That's so
has like this
cool.
glued binding, and it opens really nicely.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I remember you
Like it's
showing
so
this.
flat.
But I love that slipcase. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's really nice. And I mean, the art's just gorgeous. It's
Oh,
the
are
same
those koi?
artist. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And you follow these frogs.
Oh, as you do.
Again, what's it about? Y'all, I don't know. I was just like, this is pretty. I'll back
Nice.
this. So, yeah, I think these are like realistic and short though, and I like that. So I'm putting these together. These are gonna be good.
Yeah, those look,
I hope.
I like the color palettes on those.
Yeah, really pretty.
Oh, Joe's asking you.
Um, did you back Cosmic Detective? I do have Cosmic Detective, and I need to read that. That should be on my list. But I feel like I'm gonna get to it. Like, it's not that long. My dad said I don't have that yet. I keep putting it on my Christmas list. What did I just talk about? Oh, no. What are you talking about, Dad? Do you know what he's talking about?
Is
Oh, Seeing the Crime. That's
Oh,
probably it.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that's hey, get me that for Christmas, Kristen. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, listen, if
Do that.
unless maybe I just send it directly to Larry after I read it.
I mean, maybe if you don't
Ah,
love it and want to keep it, yeah, that's a good idea. Love
Mer
that.
Merry Christmas from Mary, Larry.
Yeah, it's very nice. One of the last books he ordered from Amazon was shipped to me in a huge box with no bubble wrap protection,
Ooh.
and there was a cheese grater in the box. I assume you did not order a cheese grater. Oh, here we go. I didn't even order a cheese grater. I guess they just knew I wanted a damaged book. Oh my
Oh,
gosh, I didn't even
man.
think about that. Like the grates against a book. That's the opposite of bubbles. Like it's just the opposite of any sort of wrapping at all.
I mean,
Wow.
why not ship it with, like, razor blades, you know? I mean, come on.
Right? It's messed up. Very much so. Okay.
Oh,
Sorry that happened. That is a bummer.
that is a bummer.
Absolutely.
All right, my next one is still in plastic. I know you're all
Love that.
shocked. And Kristen, I think you've read this, right?
Oh, I
Private Eye?
have.
This
I have.
way. I've had this forever. I flipped through it, but it's still in the plastic. I forget, did you like this book?
I did like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ended up selling mine, but
Did you?
I liked it. But I still
Yeah.
liked it. Yeah. I just didn't want to keep it.
I actually forgot I had this. It was, like, stored in a box under my bookshelf. But yeah, Private Eye, I definitely wanna get to it. That one is that one that's, easily digestible, do you remember?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so. And I think it was pretty quick of a
yeah,
read.
yeah.
I think the format helps. You can't
Yep,
fit tons on that wide
yep,
pages.
yeah.
So I
It
think
holds it
that's
up.
another good realistic goal you have there for sure.
Um,
But I
what
remember liking it.
what was the Brian K. Vaughan that came out, this is gonna be real vague, and I feel like it only came out in singles, but they were, like, awkwardly shaped. Do you remember this?
Oh, it's called Thursday or something. I feel like it was a
Mm.
day of the week. Am I wrong? Friday?
Maybe it was Tuesday?
It could have been.
No, I was gonna ask if the big selling point was that they were never going to, like, put it in a bind up,
Yeah, I think
um
they did.
and
I
they
think
did.
I think they
Yeah,
did.
that's where I was going.
I feel like it was Thursday or Friday. Someone watching may know more than me, but I'm gonna try to Google this real quick. Okay. Brian K. Vaughan. Fascinating, riveting, I'm sure. Friday. I'm putting Friday. I think it was Friday. is it though? Nothing came up for that. They're like, what are you
Nothing?
talking about? Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Bibliography. That's what I want. Oh, too much. She's wrote too much.
I know. I mean, this
Hmm.
would have to be like 4 or 5 years ago, right? No?
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Sorry, I don't know why I started this.
No, now I have to know. Somebody got me it. No.
Uh,
Private Eye Barrier?
yes, that's it.
Barrier. There was a slipcased edition in March of 2019, apparently.
There it
So they
is.
did release it. Why did I think it was Thursday or Friday?
Well, it's one
That's some
word.
other book, I think. Well, you're like, you were so close. You had one word.
One word. Good job.
Thank you so much. Oh, I love that. Oh no. Did you hear that?
What'd you drop?
I'm dropping books.
It's all right.
Dropping books. Was it my turn?
Your turn.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you just showed Private Eye. We had that discussion.
Yes, but that
I'm awake, I promise.
it distracted you.
All right. This one, speaking of
Oh.
weird shapes, Mickey Mouse Zombie Coffee. This is like one of the European artists, I believe. Does it even? Yeah, because I can't pronounce it. That's how you know. This is an interesting one though, because like it comes like it's a slipcase and it comes up from the top.
Nice.
Okay, and it actually is turned this way. So it's another one of those that makes it not weird on your shelf, which I love that idea.
Yeah, that's cool.
More of this, please, because if I were to put this on my shelf, it would be much more awkward than putting this on my shelf, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of Amazon, this is one that came pretty beat up from Amazon. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got some spine damage here.
Okay.
You may recall this story, maybe not. It's been a while, Mary, of course, because I haven't read it yet. But it came and I was so upset about it. And it's one of those Amazon pre-orders I forgot about.
Okay.
Because I pre-ordered it years before it came out and they kept getting pushed back. So I forgot about it. I was like, it's never coming out, you know?
Yeah.
And then it came out and it came damaged. And I was so annoyed that I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to get in the chat. I'm going to become that person. And I'm going to say, look, this is damaged and I don't want to send it back.
Yeah.
And I became that person. I didn't even ask that though. I was just like, hey, this is damaged, you know, whatever. And I chatted with some nice customer support person.
Right.
They were back and forth. Because it's actually easier to use the chat than call and wait, right?
I think so too.
Plus, you know me, I don't want to call anybody. So so I went back and it took like not that long. They were like, let's see what I can do for you. And then they were like, okay, I've refunded your card and you can keep the book. And I was like,
hey,
exactly what I wanted because I was so annoyed. So this was free $3. Love that.
Yeah.
I like the cover a lot and I'm really into this art. I like a lot of the European Disney artists.
Nice.
And it looks cool. I don't know, again, why is it called Zombie Coffee? I don't know. But
are there zombies in it?
I don't know. Are there zombies in it?
Seems a little violent for Mickey Mouse, but
well, and I tell you what, a lot of these, you know, comics of the Disney characters are a little more violent than I think we're used to with the cartoons and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't see zombies though. Okay, I think the coffee is named Zombie Coffee.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Which makes more sense. So there's coffee involved. But I love these look at these end papers.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. So yeah, it's not that long. I feel like this is realistic.
That's a whole category you have going on with those unique slipcases.
Yeah, I didn't even realize, but I love the trend. Let's do more of these because it makes so much like less weird on your shelf.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, because that reason I've had the Private Eye in a box, you know, in my entertainment stand because I didn't know where to put it. And anywhere I put it was just awkward. Wasn't lining up with my other stuff. So
I get it. If it had been a regular shape, I may have kept it.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm too bothered. I can't. I don't want to read it again either. It's fine.
I can't deal with you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. My next one, I think, will make you very happy. And I have 3 volumes here, but I'm only counting it as one because I'm not going to try to like, you know. And it is Jeff Lemire's Sweet Tooth.
So exciting.
So I've had, you know, I have 1, 2, And of course, 3. This, I think, even though there are 3 volumes, I will be, this will be first, I think, because I've been
Mm,
really dying to read it, and, anything Lemire, I'll say this for you, although I haven't read it, but I'm scared to read Plutona because
oh,
of your feelings
yeah,
on it. But I
yeah,
know I think it's on Hoopla. I feel
it
like
is.
if probably if I look in Goodreads, or if you looked in Goodreads, you'd be like, "Mary, you dummy. You did read that." But I don't remember it.
I don't remember us talking about it.
So maybe I didn't read it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway, I have these 3 volumes of Sweet Tooth here, and it's just time.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's totally time, and what I love is that's such a flex because those are out of print like crazy too.
And like, I know nothing of
Yeah, I know,
flexing,
but it's so
so
funny, and I don't
but
usually
since you
know.
said it
I don't usually know when they're out of print, but I know someone mentioned that, so
Oh,
that
wow.
cracks me up.
Okay. Well, cool. I can say I officially flexed on your channel now.
Love that. I really wanna reread Sweet Tooth. I'm at nearly the
Nice.
point where I can't remember any details. That's the best time to reread, right?
That
Like,
happens to me all the time.
me too, and it's like, I think we read, like, so much that it's hard to retain some of those details, but it makes it
Yeah.
good for rereading stuff that you love, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet Tooth needs a big hardcover omnibus. I agree, they should put it all together plus Sweet Tooth: The Return, because I do have a random trade of Sweet Tooth:
Uh-oh.
The Return that I'm like,
Yeah.
but I do recommend, Mary, after you read Sweet Tooth,
Okay.
read The Return. It's on Hoopla. You don't have to like
Okay.
buy it. It's only like 5 issues, but you get to the end and be like, "Oh, but it was such a good ending," because it is. That's not a spoiler. It just is.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that's a good,
and you need to know
good to
that.
know.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be mad at the end. I don't think. But yeah, a lot of people are like, "Why is there more?" And I'm like, "Just read it because it's
Yeah.
worth it." And
Okay.
especially like right after, I think would be a nice
Right.
because I'd never done that to read it right after.
Right, right. All right,
Yeah,
cool. I will.
it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Nice.
Have you both read May's book? I have, and I
I have
loved
as
it.
well.
Yep.
Yep.
Did you loved it too, right?
I think I loved it.
I think you loved it too.
You're like, "I think you
I
loved it,
think you
Mary."
loved it.
I remember I borrowed that from the library, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good borrow for
Yeah.
sure. I still need to read Sweet Tooth too. Come on, Hayden.
See?
Read it with Mary. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Buddy read. Well, I love that pick for you. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I think this is again one that I'm for sure gonna do. So y'all know you may know I love
Ah,
Steeple. Okay, but I've only read volume 1 of Steeple, and there has since been a volume 2 and a volume 3 that I have in another room in a box I
okay.
haven't opened,
Nice.
and I love it so much. So I'm gonna reread this, and I'm gonna read the other 2, and I'm so
Nice.
excited. I've like held off because I'm like I'm just gonna wait a little bit for
Right.
the right moment. I don't know. I think you get that though, like
Of
mood
course.
reading. Right moment. But I'm stoked. I think I'll definitely do this for sure.
That's your guy.
It's my guy, John Allison.
Yeah, yeah. All right. This was gifted to me by someone, Kristen. The funny story is, well, first I'll show you that it is
Ah,
Clementine.
yay.
So I got a what was it? Free comic book day.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got this tiny little like, what I thought was the full thing. So I read it. I'm like, oh, this is great. I give it 4 stars on Goodreads, and Kristen was like, excuse me, how did you read that already? It's not out yet.
Yeah, I was
And
so confused.
I'm like, free comic book day, and you're like, no, 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 no. So anyway, I believe it was Joe who got a autograph copy for you. So then
That's
you were
right.
nice and gifted your copy of Clementine to me.
Absolutely.
So I have it here. I have not read it, but from the little bit that I did read, I did love it. So, and I know I've heard more so from you that like some people aren't that into it, and I don't understand why because I love the artwork. Um, the story that I read felt very much like the Walking Dead world. And again, I'm not some I love The Walking Dead. Anything I can get from that world, I'm happy with. I'm not like some
Mhm.
hard critic. I'm not analyzing too hard. It's just like the perfect escape for me. So I can't say I've read a ton of I think I've read the first trade of the graphic novels, but I kind of had in my head, I want to finish off the show. And then, even though it's ending, but it's not really ending because there's all these spin-offs happening.
Right.
But I've kind of told myself once the, original show ends, then I'm going to hit the comics because I have the giant paperback omnis that you and Reed were so nice to send to me. So that was like sending 20 bricks. It was so heavy.
Yeah,
And
it was.
somehow you guys sent it to me and there was no damage. So,
Well, good.
so
Yeah, I was worried about that. I
yeah,
remember because they're so heavy and so paperbacky.
yeah.
Um, but I've read the first like compendium
Okay. Oh,
about that
compendiums. That's
brand.
what they're good.
Yeah. But I need to go back to it. I need to read it again. So
Yeah.
once you get to that point, you holler at me
Yeah.
and we'll do it. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, that could be maybe we could do something. No pressure, but maybe
Yeah,
we could do
totally.
something here on that.
For sure, for sure. And Joe just picked up all 3 trades of
Nice.
Steeple. Good job, Joe. That's very exciting. And Joe, if you want to do a show on Steeple after that, you holler at me. We'll do it.
Nice.
We do have a Giant Days coming up next month, by the way. If anyone's like, hey, where's the second part? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. So, yeah.
You're up.
I know. I'm like trying to decide. I'm like, it's a whole stack. I don't know why I just grab one. All right, another manga.
All right.
To Strip the Flesh.
Oh.
Look at this provoking cover. I just picked it up at the store and was just like, this looks weird. Is this I mean, my first thought was, honestly, is this about a meat packing plant? Like, is this
that
like
is
a
that
manga
like
about meat?
is it meat or is that bacon? Oh, it's meat. It's like a slab of meat.
It seems like a slab of meat, but I think it's more supposed to be like flesh of a like I don't know if of a body or like some I don't know. But I picked it up and I was like, oh, this is some weird meat packing manga. And hey, there's manga on everything. So I was like not
Yeah.
really surprised, but it made me curious. The cover looked interesting and I read the back which I usually don't do at stores. I just grab stuff, right?
Right.
But I was like, okay, I'm going to read the back of this. And apparently it is a moving collection of 6 stories that explores what must be stripped away to find the truth and celebrates the beauty of embracing who you are. And
Oh,
I believe it's about a trans character,
okay.
which sounds interesting. And there's like a whole family in the back.
Cute.
Yeah, and short like collections. I love that, an anthology. I was trying to find some good art or something, but I don't know what's happening. But it sounds interesting and my kind of thing. And I had to get it. I got it with some store credit. So
Nice.
yeah,
I just hope there's not any alarming animal things that happen. Because
hopefully
I
not.
know how you feel about that.
Yeah, it didn't even mention animals on the back, so I think it's just supposed to be like a metaphor
I got you.
for like what the character's going through, I guess.
Yes.
So I think that's more it.
Nice. All right, my next book, you covered this morning with Maddie.
Nice.
Surprise. So, sorry guys, I
Yeah.
cannot get my act together with holding up books. I do apologize.
It's hard, the mirroring, for sure.
Forgive the newbie here. So this is the latest Ito book, Black Paradox. I had something to say. I picked it up just this week, and you see the silver metallic glittery lettering. I don't know if you can really see it here, but I was disturbed because the stack of books in the store, there's like little flecks of like silver, ink or whatever on my hands, all over the other books. I was very upset by it, but it didn't affect my purchase. So I didn't get to see you and Maddie talk about this today. I assume that it got at least 4 stars ish from the both of you.
Absolutely.
Because I know how you guys are Ito fans. I don't want to ruin anything for myself, but I just want to show some of the artwork. I mean, it's,
Absolutely.
Ito.
It's weird Ito art through and through. It's great.
Yeah, this is definitely a shorter one, right? I didn't realize until now.
Yeah, and it does follow like all of the characters on the front throughout it. So, it's not tons and tons of like short stories, kind of short stories with the same characters put together, but there is a continuation.
Okay.
So I guess it's just a regular, I don't know why it said it like that, but
this one with the bangs, have we seen her before? She looks awfully familiar.
I don't think so, but I'll say he has the kind of problem that I feel like Tilly Walden and Urasawa kind of have. And by problem, I mean I adore their art.
Yeah.
But he's got a bit of the same face syndrome.
Okay.
So, I'll see some faces in other stories. I'll be like, that guy was in another one, but it's not the same guy.
Okay.
I still love it, but yeah.
Nice.
And I'll tell you what, so the glitter on the front, and it's on the spine too, and I think visually it looks really nice. Like, it visually looks nice. But my O on the back, okay, yours is like pretty filled in. Mine's chipping off already. So the O in Paradox there, it's already chipping off, which is annoying, right?
See?
It's
Nobody
very
che
annoying.
quality control. No one checks this stuff.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I will say, once you read the story, it makes sense.
I know, you mentioned
It
that.
makes sense, which
Alright,
is great. Yeah,
there's
and it'll
gonna
make you be
be
like, okay, I'm annoyed by it, but it looks good and it
I mean,
makes
is it
sense.
gonna make the kinda sense that it's like, it makes sense that I have, like, glitter on my hands, that kinda
No,
sense? Okay.
absolutely not, because there's no excuse for that.
Okay.
But it may make you be like, okay, fine, it's annoying, but it's
Alright.
kind of cool they did it. I don't know.
Fair, fair.
But you're right. I feel like it's 2022. Why can't we figure this out?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I know,
It's
I
messed
know
up.
there are also bigger problems, so I can relax about the glitter on my hands, but I'm just saying.
It is annoying. I get it. I get it. Giant Days, November 11th. That's right. I forget it's so soon, Joe. I gotta read.
That's
I gotta
coming
get
up.
reading. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I got this book just last night. My friend Kyle, not the name drop Kyle Starks. You may know him from great comics like Rick and Morty and Sex Castle and Rock Candy Mountain. Anyway, he gave me the new Kate Beaton book, Ducks. So he'd read this. Kyle's not a book collector, really. So he's just like, he was bringing me something else that I've been wanting. And he was like, hey, I read
Nice.
this. Maybe you like it. I was like, cool. And I've been looking forward to it. People have been telling me about it. It's like her memoir. I
Cool.
don't know anything about her, but I know she did Hark a Vagrant and those sort of comics. I really like her art style, and it's getting good. You know, there's great blurbs on the back from Alison Bechdel and people you know. But and the
Nice.
cover is very pretty. I really like it. Yeah, it's a bit chunky, but I think this is a good goal that I can set for myself and do.
Cool. Who, sorry if you already said, but who put that one out?
That is Drawn and Quarterly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I haven't looked into this dust jacket. Is it just, oh, how shiny and pretty?
A duck.
Yeah, I love that.
What if you pulled that off and it was like a turkey or something?
Yeah, it'd be like,
You'd be like, "What is this?"
ignore the title. Here's a turkey. Love
Oh,
that.
no.
Oh, Kristen, I gotta go. We'll watch the rest with your mom later. Mary M, you're doing great. No
Aw.
one can tell you're a newbie. Oh,
Aw, thanks,
that's
Larry.
true. It's true. You're doing great.
So
Thanks,
kind. You know,
Dad.
it's all my training during the pandemic of all the million meetings I had to be on, so
Oh, yeah. Well, plus, I mean, do you want to plug your podcast?
Oh, my dead podcast?
Hey, people may want to listen to that backlog, but it's up to you.
So during the pandemic, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm home all the time." So I started a podcast about books, but I really haven't done anything probably since the summer. Um, but it's called Mary M's Book Pod. Will I ever go back to it? I don't know. But
It's got some great archive, though. So if
and
you
y
want to check out the old episodes, it's a good time.
and you're very kind for bringing it up, but
And of
I
course, check her out on Instagram, Miriam's
that's
Book
right.
Pod. Or no, Miriam's Bookstagram. You just said it.
Let's make everybody confused. Is it
Like,
Miriam's Bookstagram? I don't even know. Wait,
it
let's
is actually
see.
put it in the description. So ignore what I'm saying. Just go down the description and look there. That'll
Yeah,
be right.
that's a good idea because then if I do revive the podcast, then I'll put something on there and then people
Yeah.
would know,
There
right?
we go. Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, my next one is this is a little cheat because we haven't entered into we're still doing our comic books, graphic novels, and manga. I don't know if you mentioned it yet, but we're going to do like a 5 pros thing towards the
Yeah.
end. For those that aren't interested, could drop off. For those that still care, they could stick around. But this one is the New Yorker Book of Literary Cartoons,
Hmm.
and it's fun. It's this way, Mary. It's it's all cartoons from the New Yorker, but they have a little literary flair. There is a funny one. I bet I can find it pretty easily. About Stephen King. I should have marked it. I know people have feelings on Stephen King, love, hate, all kinds of opinions.
Hmm.
I get it. It's all allowed. Oh my god. All right. I thought this would be easier. But basically it was, oh, here it is. It says, can you see? Wait, hold on. Everybody get it?
That's awesome.
So
I love
Stephen King is known for his books being like 4,000 pages. So the joke is, if you pick it up, you're going to get
Yeah.
your hernia.
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing's great. I don't know why I bought this on Amazon. I think I randomly found it. I was targeted with an ad on it, and I picked it up. But I kind of forgot I had it, like many books.
Mm.
But it's all like book humor, which is
Love
pretty
that.
funny. Yeah, maybe I'll share some of these on my Instagram because they're pretty funny. But the
It's a
Stephen
great
King
idea.
one, I knew you'd appreciate that one.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Because that's like yet another author. We're like, oh yeah, we're in Target or something and see like a new edition and it's so pretty and we buy it
Yep.
and it's 4,000 pages and then we don't read them.
And we haven't read it. Yep. Classic us. Speaking of more I haven't read. This is And We Walked for Miles. I picked this up at Heroes
Oh,
Con. I met the author of this, Fend, who I believe they have a partner they write with, and this is published under Fine OK Press, which Fend like works at, I believe. And
okay.
I think their handle is Fend 13th on Instagram. I'll have to look that up for you. But they're just like their comics are awesome. I just love it. This collection showcases a decade of one-off stories and sketches ranging from horror to comedy to intimate autobiographical vignettes and many places in between.
Nice.
And that's all the kind of stuff I like. What drew me to this? One, I just grabbed like everything they had because I was so interested in it, and they were lovely and very kind. But if you can tell on the side, there's like different kinds of paper
Oh,
bound together. So it's very interesting. Like this tone is just like, this is like, regular, but it kind of feels a little recycled or something. I don't know how best to put it. I'm no printer. Then there's like a gray tone,
nice.
I think the spooky stuff is in orange.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay, which is really cool. Um, let's see what else is in here. Oh, and then there's some color pages like
Very
stuck in
cool.
toward the end as well. And there's tons of sketches and stuff back here too, and more color work and things like that. I just thought, I've never seen something bound like this, and this is small press stuff,
Right, right.
It's super cool, and the actual like quality is really really nice of the cover too. I can't explain it if you can't touch it, but like it's very
Yeah.
textured. It feels nice. I've been meaning to read this since I met them, but I still haven't. So I
Okay.
want to get to this before the end of the year. And check
Cool.
out Fine OK Press because they're awesome. So yeah, check that out.
Was that the last con you were at with Reed that you got this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Repeat author time. Well, there's two options here. I'm going to make Kristen happy first.
Oh.
This is another Jeff Lemire.
Oh.
3 trades. There's a theme here.
Ooh.
But I have Jeff Lemire's Royal City.
That was my guess.
I've had these trades here forever. Actually, my wife Kim read these and loved them.
Oh, love that.
So she read these before I did. So what is it? Next of Kin, Sonic Youth, and We All Float On. We All Float On. Is that some Stephen King reference? No?
I don't know. I can't remember. It may be a music reference. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. When did these come out? When did these? Let me see.
Several years back, I want to say. Yeah.
A long time ago. But yeah, I've had these a long time. I'm just trying to see if I can. 2017.
Okay.
Okay, time has
That's not too
flown.
bad.
I guess not, but
I mean, there is a hardcover now, but
that's how behind I am on all
yeah,
the Lemire
yeah.
stuff. You're like, oh, you could have upgraded by now, but you haven't even read what you have.
I've been there. I've been there.
What's the Lemire? I know I keep doing this to you. What's the Lemire that's out now? I think you said you were about to read it. It's yeah.
I mean,
All right.
he's had several things come out lately. Are you
Well,
thinking of? I read Primordial, like a month or two ago.
wasn't that one?
Snow Angels season 2 came out
I think it was Snow Angels I'm
fairly
thinking of.
recently. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to reread that.
Yeah. Are you enjoying that one?
You know, I read the first like maybe the whole first season back when it was coming out on Comixology, which was like a year or two ago, I want to say.
Okay.
And I recall thinking it was fine. So I planning to reread that for my
Okay.
journey back into season 2, which
Okay.
now that it's all out, maybe I'll feel different, you know?
True.
So I don't know. I think I liked it fine, but I wasn't like blown away or whatever, you
I
know?
got you. That's honest.
Yeah, yeah. New person, who dis? Hello, peace and love. Hello, call me Top Gun. This is
Hello.
Mary. She's awesome. Okay, he's guessing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bone Orchard was great too. That's a real short one if you just want a hoopla. It's a short horror
I
that
read
you may
that one.
enjoy. You read that one. Okay.
I
Did you
did.
like it?
I was somewhere in between.
Yeah.
I got a
It's
feeling I need more of it to
it's too
like
short. Yeah,
yeah,
it is too short. That's
yeah,
absolutely agree. Yeah. But I
yeah,
liked it.
so I think I should probably wait until it's finished, and then I think I'll enjoy it
Mm,
more,
yeah. And
you
that
know?
maybe I'm thinking maybe that's how I felt about Snow Angels, right? I was like,
Okay.
maybe I need the rest of this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we get spoiled, right? Because it's hard to it definitely changes the reading experience, I think, if you can read the
Mhm.
the whole collection or at least a chunk of it at a time.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah. Also, yeah, call me Top Gun. I'm planning to ignore you.
why does he say, "Oh, comic sister." Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm not ignoring you. I just clicked your other comments.
You can't deny me forever.
Yeah, I brought him up. There you go. That's what you wanted.
You have to I know, I'm instigating, but you have to remind me I remember is this from your dad's channel? Where
Yeah, Call Me Talk About It just loves my dad so much that I
okay.
guess wants him to adopt him and be my
Oh,
sibling. So
oh, I see.
yeah.
Well, we all feel that way, so,
Oh, that's nice.
Well, you just missed Larry. He was here about, what, 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, you just missed him. So
Yeah.
he won't be back. I'm sorry. He's gonna watch it later. Um, okay, so more of the stuff that I have to read this year for sure.
Okay.
Just
Alright,
gonna this is definitely happening.
alright.
I know I've said it a few times now, but Nights with a Cat, Volume
Aw.
1.
I believe that you'll read that.
I know, right? Come on now. Look at this cat. What are we Come on now. Look at that little cat.
Aw.
It appears to just be like short stories about this cat and his family. So, look at that cat. Oh.
Aw.
That's all I need. That's all I need to know. I don't
That's
need to know.
it.
Speaking of Amazon though,
Uh-oh.
uh, I did get this with my Amazon points, so it was free.
Okay.
And you know what? I gotta say, typically with manga, maybe because it's so light,
Okay.
I don't get damaged manga that often,
It's
you
good.
know?
Yeah.
I feel like I need to knock on everything when I say it. But
Right?
this one came and I'm not even sure that it'll no, you probably can't even tell, but there's a little like crease. It looks like someone sat on it a little bit, just a little bit of a sat on it.
They probably
Uh,
did.
yeah, so you can see it. It's to the point where it's annoying me and I can like feel it. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not going to send it back.
I get it.
So, and it's a little thicker because there's some the paper weight is different and there's some color in it.
Okay.
So, not thicker, heavier is what I meant. Heavier. That's the word. But
Alright.
anyways, my point is if anyone gets this on Amazon, heads up, it may come a little damaged, but it's fine.
How about when you order from Amazon and they ask the question, "Hey," they flat out tell you, "Hey, we're not gonna use any packaging on this, unless you tell us to, so click the box below." Do you ever get those?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, "Hi, I'm buying a vacuum. Could you at least put it in another box for me, please?"
I've totally been there. My favorite is when you check that box and they still don't send it in another
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's happened to you, but I'm like,
It has
I
happened, yeah.
checked your box.
I don't know.
It's frustrating.
Just like not that I buy anything crazy. It's like I buy a pair of jeans and they like arrive in like a clear plastic bag. I'm like, does anybody need to know my size and stuff too?
Yeah. It's messed up. I'm with you. It's so stupid. Oh, Hayden's asking the really important questions here.
Oh boy, Spice
For
Girl
Call Me
talk.
Top Gun. Yeah, who's favorite Spice Girl? This is important for you to be accepted as their sibling. It's true, and if you're wrong, then that's too bad. Then we can't be siblings.
Hayden knows.
Hayden knows what's up.
Oh man. That's like a thing, right? Any show you do on YouTube, you have to bring up the Spice Girls at least once, or
It
else
it feels like it.
it's not
Yeah.
really her. It's not
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
All right, my next one. What's left here? Let's go with another repeat. Another one Kristen's read,
Mhm.
and you've done a show on with Maddie. Can we
Oh.
guess?
Is
I
this
don't know. I don't know why this is like turning into a guessing game for you, but
I gotta say it's another Brubaker?
no.
Brian K. Vaughan. Oh, you're like, no, it's right here. Yay. Love this.
So this one, I had to have it right when it came out. Didn't read it. Still in the plastic.
The good news is it's one of the short ones.
Yes, I like, and actually this is I bought this one in, I'm probably gonna kill the name, but Kristen, remember I told you when I was in Manhattan and I went to that stationery
Oh.
bookstore, it's
Mhm.
Kinokuniya. I think Joe Guz probably knows if he's still in there, but I bought this there, and I was
Awesome.
just like in the moment, and paid full price for her. And
She deserves it.
what does it say on the back? What destiny awaits them after the wailing? Ooh. With
Spoopy.
Mary, I assume, with blood coming out of her.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
I'm
This is a
scared.
really fun one. You're scared.
I'm scared. But yeah, so I apparently have a lot of Ito to catch up on. But like you said, they're short ones. So, and those are, I love how when you and Maddie talk about Ito, you're like, it's a comfort read. But
Yeah.
I love how like horror manga is a comfort read, but I totally get that.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, see, Joe knows about the store.
Joe knows exactly the place. I want to go so bad since you've
Joe,
been. Yeah.
I went the other day with one of my friends from work, and he, like Kristen, is super into fountain pens. So he was like, you got to go to the store with me. They have like all the stationery, they have books, American books, manga. They have everything there. There's 3 floors. So we went, and I couldn't even breathe. It was so overwhelming. And I was like telling Kristen, I'm like, you have to go to the store when you visit because it has everything you love in it, from the books to the pens, to the stationery, the stickers. I mean, it's out of control. You would definitely love it there.
It sounds amazing, and it sounds like it's going to give me anxiety about what to purchase, though.
You know what I think? When you come to visit, I think what we need to do, like we'll like hit a floor, maybe go grab a slice.
Then think about it, process.
Go back to the other floor.
The
floor that's all like American books, I think you'll be interested in, but you're not going to be like, I mean, that's not their huge draw. You want to go upstairs one more and look at all the manga.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, there it is.
It's amazing. It sounds amazing.
Yeah. We'll go spend some of your money in there.
Perfect. Joe, you can come along. We'll
Absolutely. That would be awesome.
I'm so frazzled now. Is it my turn?
About
Is it me?
Yeah,
I was thinking about the story. Exactly. All right. So I said I had an Omni on here. It's the last one on my list. Without honorable mentions, of course. But it's still in the plastic.
Okay. As mine are.
Yeah. It was a gift. Now it's a guessing game again.
Okay.
It was a gift from someone you know.
Someone I know.
On the internet.
Wait, someone I know?
Someone you know on the internet. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I know what it is. Wait,
you know
give me another hint.
It's something I was supposed to read when I got it, probably, but I still have not.
And it's not something you would typically read.
It's something, yeah. That's right.
I think it's a Harley omnibus.
That's exactly what it is.
There it is.
That's exactly what it is. This was a lovely gift from Jess of the Omnidogs Vault.
Nice.
Not that he needs my promo, but yeah, this is still the plastic. Nice. As an ode to Jess, truly, right?
That's right.
And I need to read it. I think I'll enjoy it. Have you've read some of this? Is that right? Maybe? No? I thought you had a hardcover or something.
Your memory is very good. True
Okay.
story is that I did have some rando, like, hardcovers that I bought at Ollie's, and then I never got to them, and then I got rid of them.
Gotcha.
That's
That's fair.
yeah, that's the truth.
Okay. I thought I remembered Ollie's being involved, so
Okay.
glad I got that memory right. But yeah, I do want to read it. It is a chunky little beast.
Yeah.
But I mean, if Hayden's still in the chat, I'm sure Hayden's like, you gotta read it because I know Hayden loves it. But
Oh, nice.
you know, I do know. I hope it'll happen before the end of the year. And if it does, Jess said he would do a show with me on it. And
Oh, that's
again,
cool.
as you know, if I have a set show, I'm typically
Yeah.
gonna, read something more. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I doubt it's like some dense beast, So,
Yeah.
oh, there Hayden is.
What'd he say? Oh, you gotta read that first.
Tam called me.
Well, she called you out in a very good way, you know.
Yeah, it's a good way. Also, of course, you got the invite, Joe.
We'll have a great time.
For sure. Oh, James says Harley Quinn Volume 1 was a fast read for me. I finished in under a week. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, love that. Love that a lot. Were you reading other things with it? Because I tend to have that problem. I gotta know.
The only Harley I read, currently reading is the one that you gifted me, the Batman, was it Harley and Ivy?
Yeah.
I actually read a few more pages last night. I'm really enjoying it, and it's a, yeah, like Hayden said, that's how I'd say it's a great fast read. I know I don't know if he's talking about the same one that I'm talking about, but it's just fun silliness, them getting into trouble and blowing things up, and there's definitely a place for that where you need that kind of escape, right?
Absolutely. I found it to be like silly fun.
Yeah.
And the art's really good.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, that's like definitely keeping me in too. So, but yeah, I know Jess has been wanting you to get on that.
Yeah. I feel like I have to
now. All right. Somehow I don't even know. I can't count, apparently. I have 2 more, but one might be honorable mention, so I'll put that one aside.
Okay.
Now this one, here we go. Here goes the guessing game. Let's see. I told you I wanted it specifically because of its floppiness.
Ooh.
And I wouldn't typically buy a complete story floppy, but I was in a store and I picked it up and it flopped all around.
I feel like I know this.
And I've only read 1 trade and I really enjoyed it, but I don't know why I didn't go back to it.
Is this a repeat author you've mentioned already?
No. Oh, wait. Yes.
Okay. I was like, if it's not, then I'm out.
I should not consider being a game show host, right? I'd be like, no, yes.
Is it Paper Girls? Hey, so good at this game.
This thing is the floppiest of floppy. Look at this. And don't worry,
nice.
I'm not damaging it by doing this because it is so floppy. So I'm always like, Kristen, where did I buy this? I remember picking it up. I think I was in Books A Million. I always hit up Books A Million whenever I go to get my haircut because it's in that direction. I don't know if I bought it that day, but I know that's where I picked it up and was like, yeah, I want this. I know everybody has read Paper Girls, but I have only read the first trade. I know there's a show out now. I know there's mixed feelings about it, but I definitely want to read this. And I know everybody probably already knows what the art is, but I can't hold it upright. How's that? So I'm looking for, I think this is one that, even though it's a bit more chunky, as you say, that I will get to before the end of the year. Because I've been wanting to read it, and it's been on my nightstand. It's kind of large to have on my nightstand and just be looking at me. So
I love how floppy it is. I feel like Image has gotten better quality of those big compendiums.
Yeah.
Since they came out, the Walking Dead ones are fine, but they're not like that. That's a real, that's different.
Yeah, the compendiums, the Walking Dead ones, I guess they're bigger, but I'd be afraid to flop it all around like that.
Yeah.
I'd probably break my laptop and bust up the book. So.
You don't want that.
No.
Hayden says most Harley is a fun, fast read. Okay. Good deal. Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
How's it going? James has a canceled show now with a
Oh,
cliffhanger. That's a
oh,
bummer.
that's painful.
Do you hear that in the background? Okay.
No.
He stopped. Reed's hammering something, and I'm like, Reed,
He's just looking for attention
I guess that's what it is. If anyone can hear that, tell me and I'll yell at him.
because he probably wants you to yell at him, and
Yeah,
then he'll
I
come into the
will.
room. You know,
It'll be a whole thing. Yeah.
like he
Oh,
could just come in. Oh, did I call that?
yeah. He's staring at me right now.
I'm not looking for attention.
Did you hear that?
I heard him.
So funny.
I don't know. You kind of did exactly what I said you were gonna do.
I guess he's listening.
Oh,
That's nice. He doesn't usually watch. He's like, you do too much. It's fine. All right. So I think we're in honorable mentions now.
all right.
I think I did the math right. Maybe I didn't, but
It doesn't really matter, right? I mean, this is your channel. You could do whatever you want.
I mean, and we'll get through them all, right?
Yeah.
So I'm starting with honorable mention of stuff I want to get to before the end of the year. This one is a reread.
Oh,
Okay.
wait. I have a reread pile myself.
This one is a reread. I mentioned it vaguely. I didn't tell you what it was. I just said, hey, I have a reread. And you were like, I know what it is. I have it too. So should we do it on 3?
If this doesn't match up, this is a failure, but at least we could laugh at ourselves.
Okay,
All right.
1, 2, 3. Huh?
No!
Okay. We knew it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Okay, maybe this is what we have to read tomorrow, right? Like,
Yeah.
is this a Halloween plan?
Let's do it.
I feel like it has to happen. This is one I've read every year for the past few years.
It's the cutest.
It's, y'all, if you haven't checked it out, I mean, it's the most fall vibes of all the vibes.
Yeah.
Set in a pumpkin patch. It's just one day. Rainbow Rowell wrote it. And really like the art by Faith Erin Hicks. And it's just, it's cute. It's adorable. It has every fall vibe possible. There's apple cider. There's, haystacks. I don't know. There's stuff. There's apple cider. I said that already, but tons of pumpkins. It's a huge pumpkin patch too. Like,
yeah.
Here's the map in the front of this enormous, like, fun pumpkin patch that I want to go to every time I read it. I'm like, does this place exist? Because I want to go. So, is this the rest of it? Yeah, there's like even more.
Kristen, I'm just looking at the back, and I've read the back before, but Tamaki, there's a quote. It says, Pumpkinheads perfectly captures that feeling of the last night that's the start of the rest of your life. That's like,
wow.
That's perfect.
It is perfect.
Yeah.
So is the one under it, though, from Bustle. A fall-tastic, a good time, brought to you from one of the best YA and graphic literature worlds. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I can't pull off saying fall-tastic.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I wouldn't I wouldn't say that in a casual sentence, but
like if I said that, someone would think I was being sarcastic. But I do really like
fantastic. Yeah, it's great. I forgot about Pumpkinheads. I really need to read some Rainbow Rowell outside of Simon's now. Yeah, Hayden. So if you still haven't read this, you have to, especially you're already a fan of the author. So,
and it was funny. Right, we realized that we both had been doing the same thing before we bought a copy. We were taking it out every year at the library, like borrowing it, which is great. But like, why? This is one I should have on my shelf. And
absolutely. Which I'll tell you what, I don't typically like read something from the library and run out to buy it ever.
Yeah,
that's just not in my blood. I don't know. I just don't typically do it. But I finally found this like in a used bookstore, and it looked really nice. And I was like, okay, I have to have it. I keep borrowing it.
Yep.
What if when I want it from the library, it's not there? Then I'll be upset. So
exactly.
Had to get it.
This is, I don't really say this that much, but like if someone told me they read this and didn't enjoy it, I might question them a little bit.
I absolutely agree.
But I'm somebody that really believes like, hey, read what you like. Everybody likes different things, blah, blah, blah. But if you told me you hated this book, I'm like, I might be texting Kristen later on being like, wow, they really say that? Did they really hate it?
Wow, I don't know about this person. I'll be like, same. We can't be friends.
Wait, so I'm a little confused. I could go reread, but then I enter the prose stuff. So maybe we'll put that aside.
Okay.
So I have a little stack of manga. About to do a quiz with you again.
Love it.
This one I found. This will give it right away. First off, I don't know if any of you frequent Five Below.
Mm.
I never knew that they even had manga. I don't know if that's a new thing for them, but I was very happy to see that they did, because for $5, I mean, where can you get manga for $5? Brand new, right? So they didn't have a ton of titles, but there was one that I feel like I remembered that you read, Kristen. I think you're a couple volumes in already. Do you want to guess? I think you definitely know.
And what's funny is I have not read it, but
Oh,
I
you
think
haven't?
I
Okay.
haven't, but I think Maddie has. So maybe
Okay.
that's and
So
that's
this
Cells at
is
Work, right?
Cells at Work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first volume. But yeah, Five Below has this, and it says it's like their exclusive. I haven't really cracked it open yet. I don't really know what that means, that it's an exclusive. But I know you had asked me, is it a full volume? And it is. Yeah, they had this. I can't remember. There were a couple other titles, but I was like, oh, I was like hoping that they had more of this title. But they did not. But maybe in the future they will, if they're putting this one out exclusively. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome. I need to go back to mine and see if they have it. The
Yeah.
last time I was there, they had like I think a random Naruto volume. I
Okay.
want to say there was like an Attack on Titan
Oh
volume.
yeah, they had Attack on Titans. They had a couple of those, but I was afraid to. I think they had 3 volumes of it, and I almost bought
Mm,
them, but I didn't know if I was just buying them because they were cheap, or if I'm really going to jump down that rabbit hole.
that's fair. That's
Yeah.
totally fair. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm definitely interested in that one. So that's very cool. These two have been sitting on my shelf for too long, and by that I mean I actually got them like early this year, I think. So not too long. There's
Yeah.
other ones that are older,
Not bad.
but it's too long for the content it is, okay,
Okay.
for the subject matter involved. And if for some reason somehow you stumbled on this video and you do not watch my channel or me and things, then maybe you'll be like, oh, it seems like you're really interested in this kind of material. And I'll be like, yeah, you're right. I do love cats and cat comics. So this is Cat's Perfect Strangers
Oh.
and then Cat's Girlfriends and Cat Friends. Dark Horse put these out. They appear to
Yeah.
be European. What are they about?
Cats.
There's cats involved in friendship. That's all I know. And I'll say, it's quite wordier than I thought it would be.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I really like the art. It's super interesting and it looks fun. It just looks super fun.
Nice.
But of course I had to get them. And I mean, there's stuff like what that's weird looking. Like what is I don't know. It's just I like the art. It looks quite fun.
Yeah.
There's cute kitties on the cover. There's hijinks happening. Come on, like.
Nice.
So yeah, honorable mention because I feel like I'll get to these, but when I don't know.
All right.
And I think what's just been pushing me back is they feel a little more dense than I expected.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens.
Which I don't hate, but it makes it harder for me to pick up right now because I'm like I want to breeze through something. I don't know.
Right. It's funny, the games we play, right?
Yeah, it is. Or we'll like hold off on something because we're like, oh, we think we'll really love that. We gotta wait.
Yeah.
And then it's like, why? Why aren't you
Why am I
loving?
waiting?
Yeah, like.
Well, listen, I know better than to show up on your channel without having some cat content.
Ooh.
I know my place. So I know you've read this already. I think there's maybe a second volume out. I'm not really sure.
Oh, I know what this is.
You do?
I think so. Should I
All right.
guess?
You sure can.
Is it Cat Gamer Volume 1?
Okay, this is like totally creepy. How did you guess that from what I said? Oh, because I said cat.
She's a cat, and I remembered you got that volume from like a sale at a comic book shop that's local to you.
Yes.
Yeah. And hey, there are only 2 volumes, at least right now. So you're
Yeah.
not that far behind. But yeah, it's great.
I mean, on the back it says level up with a new feline friend. Come on.
That's what you need.
So yeah, I had to show up on your channel with some cat content.
I appreciate that.
I'm really trying to fit in, So,
You're doing great.
thank you, thank you. So yeah. So and plus, this guy, I don't.
Adorable.
Is he a guy? I'm not really sure.
I
But
think he's a guy.
he reminds me of my cat Colvin. Rest in peace, Colvin.
No,
The any tuxedo cat has my heart.
love that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, my dad has a tuxedo cat.
I know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
cute.
she's very cute. Chris says many of the European comics I read are a little worry, but they have been mostly good. You know, I have noticed that too.
Is that more of a translation thing, or that's just?
That was the question I had. I'm curious. What do you think, Chris? Maybe you know. I have another manga here as well that I need to get to, and it's cutesy and weird.
That's your category.
It's my thing. It's called Penguin and House. Look at all these penguin on the cover. What's it about? I feel like there's penguins involved. Let's see.
Cats.
It's about cats. Pen the penguin lives with his most favorite keeper in the world.
Aww.
But Pen's no ordinary penguin. He's a neat penguin, a proper penguin, a doting penguin. Pen loves to daydream of his human smile as he flips pancakes and folds the laundry with his teeny tiny flippers. What's happening? Here's the thing. I got this on the cover by, it was cover by, of course. And it looked really cute inside.
Okay, yeah.
And it sounds silly. It sounds very silly. And I'm interested in it. And I think is he talking? I don't know. He's at least cooking. So
cute.
We love that. Yeah.
All right. You know, that seems a little under the influence of,
it's weird.
Cooking penguins? I don't know.
Certainly weird, but I'm looking forward to it. I think that was one of I brought a butt ton of books to Second and Charles, and I got credit, and I was like, I just want to try something different.
Yeah.
Buys,
That's, using a credit for stuff like that is perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like getting stuff that you typically probably wouldn't pick up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so my next one is another manga, volume 1. This one's still in plastic. That's the theme of most of my books here, still in plastic, but I'll take it as a challenge. This is...
Oh.
Sorry, guys. Rooster Fight. I keep saying this all over YouTube. What's it about? Do you want me to read it to you?
Sure.
Well, I got to show you the... look at that guy.
What is happening here?
I mean, hello.
Wow.
That's your next, that's your Halloween costume for tomorrow.
Perfect.
Okay, in a world where terrifying monsters walk the earth, one heroic rooster is destined for greatness. I don't know, this is lining up right with your penguin book.
I was going to say.
When giant demons threaten the innocent, he's going to show them who's boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I refuse to read the next line because of what they refer to as the rooster.
Oh.
Another word for a rooster. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So
yeah. You refuse.
I'm just not today. I'm not in the mood. It's Sunday.
I get it. It's too much.
I was curious about the book because I did see a lot of people talking about it, on YouTube. So give it a whirl.
I need to know. I need to know your thoughts on that.
I will definitely tell you.
I feel like maybe we should do a whole video on like weird random animal manga.
I love that.
And then like talk about them. Because I need to know now.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Let's see. I have 2 more honorable mentions in the comic category left.
Nice. I have 1 more.
Okay. This is again so typical of me. Who's surprised? No one. This is Zombie Cat Invasion. Okay.
Wait, this is the second Zombie Cat book.
I know. What's happening? Maybe that's all I should read tomorrow is Pumpkinheads and all the Zombie Cat books, which there's 2 now. Like, it needs to happen. Oh.
See, exactly.
That's funny, Hayden. That's very funny. But yeah, this was a Kickstarter. Again, I don't really back any now, but they just trickle in from like a year ago. You know what I mean?
Leftovers.
But look, there doesn't appear to be tons of text in here. And the zombie cats are real cutesy. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Little different than the other zombie cat manga I showed,
I think so.
So yeah, I think it'll be fun. And this is one that It may be an honorable mention, but I'm gonna sneak it in there. Again, maybe tomorrow, that's gonna be my 2 read. This
Yeah.
Zombie Cat book, Night of the Living Cat, and Pumpkinheads.
I
There's
feel
my
a
Halloween
nice
plans.
yeah, I feel a nice, Instagram post coming from that theme.
You're so good at Instagram. People, I'm telling you, follow Mary at Miriam's Bookstagram. That is correct. I checked. Because Mary's gonna help me do Instagram right. She's gonna be like, "You need to be posting that." And I'll be
Listen,
like, "You're right.
when you do it, it's so cute. The cats get involved,
You're right. That
you
needs to
know?
happen."
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so this is my last one. I don't know why I haven't read this yet because it's gorgeous, and it is. Have you heard of this book, Venice?
Oh, I've seen the cover.
Um, it's just look at the back even. The art is just gorgeous in it.
It's very nice.
It's by Taniguchi, and on the inside flap here, I've been fortunate enough to visit Venice, and it is like I was like, when you see the typical like the gondolas, like the guys like, you know, going through the water. I was like, Kim looked back at me, and she's like, "Of course you're crying." I was
Aw,
like, they had like the Italian music playing, and it's just like
that's
what you
wonderful.
what you read about in textbooks, right?
Yeah.
And I was like bawling my eyes out, like, "This is
Aw.
beautiful." So now, like any kind of like Venice book I can get my mitts on, I'm curious about. So this is basically like a travel journal. Walking the streets of Venice, the canals. Um, so he says, as he explores this floating city whilst trying to unravel some old postcards, Taniguchi's beautiful illustrations make time stand still. We follow his every step, enjoying the serenity of his pages. So, I mean, just it doesn't matter if you've been there or not. Just the art is like unreal.
Yeah, let me make you big
Just,
for that. Yeah.
can you see? It's gorgeous. Like
Oh, that's so
gorgeous.
nice. I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen his books around, but I've never read one.
Yeah. Um, like I said, this is like I don't know why I haven't read it. This might be one in the category, like you mentioned, of me like saving it for something.
Mm,
I don't really know for what, but I think it kind of falls into that category because it's so gorgeous.
I get you.
Yeah.
Chris says that book looks beautiful. It really does. I'll be interested to know what you feel about that once you're done.
Yeah, that's one definitely I can get in before the end of the year.
Awesome, awesome. So my last one here is the Abominable Charles Christopher. And Charles Christopher is clearly some kind of abominable. I guess he does a snowman, right? What is he? What is he technically? One of those. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really say. But this was a Kickstarter. There are 3 of these books, and the art is just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I just love it so much. I haven't picked it up yet, and they're like set up in these strips, and the color palette's just like
Yeah.
it's like a kind of a green,
Mm-hmm.
kind of a green color, but I don't know. It looks really beautiful, and I need to read it. And look at this cover. Come on now.
It reminds me sort of what's the bear book that you had me read that was on Hoopla, and it was like with the little girl.
Cody. Yeah.
Oh, that book was
Yeah.
that is something I wanna get a physical copy of because that book was just so gorgeous and
Oh,
sweet and
yeah. I did the same
heartfelt.
thing.
Yeah.
That's one I had to get. Here's the second volume just to show you these covers.
Oh,
And here's the
wow.
third volume. But yeah, it just looks really beautiful. Wow, didn't even know. Jeff Lemire blurbed it on the back.
Nice.
See, I just picked this up because I thought it looked good, and I didn't even realize Jeff Lemire blurbed it. So did
Nice.
Neil Gaiman.
Wow.
Wow. David Peterson, who did Mouse Guard. Kurt Busiek. Y'all,
Wow.
everybody loves this, so now I have
Nice.
to. Lemire liked it, now I have to. Didn't even know.
Look at that. Look at that.
It's perfect. Okay, so we're into prose.
Okay.
Anybody wants to
Is
read
anybody
some prose
offended?
books? Yeah. Is anybody leaving?
Don't leave. Should I give you well, I know you don't really care what I do first, but I have 2 prose that are rereads.
Okay.
Why I'm even thinking about rereading any prose books when I have 599 unread on my shelf?
Mhm. Mhm.
Sounds right, doesn't it?
I get it.
But you know how you just kinda want the comfort of knowing what happens?
Yeah.
And I think I'm particularly thinking about, like, when I commute to work, I'm on 2 different trains, and sometimes my attention span might not be that great, so doing a reread kinda works out better. Um, so I think that's why I have these 2 chunky, because 'cause they're not just, like, little books that I'm thinking of rereading. So
Mhm.
the first one is one that I'm sure everybody has probably read in high school, but I recently read it and, loved it and remembered why I also enjoyed it in high school, but it was like reading something brand new to me, and that is, Jane Eyre.
Oh.
So I've been thinking about reading this specifically, like I said, on the train again, because I enjoyed it so much. There's one I don't think most would say it was the storyline that made them cry. I think more so people talk about a different part of the book that made them get a little emotional. But there's one part, like, early on, I was, like, in tears, and that can be a common theme with me, I easily cry. But, um, I've just been thinking about revisiting it, just for some comfort reads.
I love that, and do you know why I love that?
Why?
Because
Come on!
it's literally on my list.
What edition is that?
So this was in, like,
Cute.
a Bronte box set I got for, like,
Okay.
dirt cheap at a half price.
So cute.
Yeah, and I really like like, I mean, look,
Is it
it looks a
is it
little hard to read because it's smaller, let's be real, but
is
it's
it
cute.
abridged?
I don't think so. I
You're
think
like
it's just like
you're like, "Back off, Mary.
I mean, I hope it's not.
Don't go calling my book abridged, would
I
you?"
think there's just, like, the text is so small. Well, there's, like, 443 pages, so I feel like it's
Oh,
not.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you're good.
yeah,
Nice. I hope you read it.
yeah, it's one I've been wanting to read forever. Let's see, Hayden. It's Hayden's favorite novel, apparently, and I
Nice.
still haven't read it, so I'm like, I need to do it.
I recommend reading it, I know some people don't like this, but I think you do it too, like, a lot of times, like, I'll read it, but I also listen to the audiobook.
Mm,
Depending on where I am, like, if I'm in the car, if I know I'm gonna have a road trip, then I'll have the audiobook going, and then just when I get back to the book, I'll catch up where I was, and then, like, if I'm reading in bed, then I'm reading the physical book. I recommend that for this, because I found it to be if you want, I can let you know what audiobook, like, what narrator I listen to because I really
mhm.
enjoyed it that way.
Yeah, I
Um,
would love that for sure.
it just kind to me, it just kind of, like, enhances the experience, but not everybody feels that way, but I know you're a big audiobook person, so
Absolutely. Hayden's gonna need to track down both of these editions. Always in need of new covers. I'll text Reed to see if he can bring me this whole box set if you guys are
Oh,
curious.
yeah. Yeah, Hayden,
Um,
this is the old Barnes& and Noble Classics edition. Um, I have a lot of these, classics in this edition because they really hold up well, and they're very light, um, and, like, these survive my bag without having to put them in anything special, and they don't really get banged up, so that's particularly why I like these.
mhm. Yeah, those are, like, good well priced, right? They're pretty
Yeah,
cheap.
I mean, let me
Yeah.
see, this one I probably got this one used, but this one was, yeah, this one was $7.95 at the time when it came out.
Thanks, Reed.
Thanks, Reed.
Appreciate you. She said thanks.
He's mad at me.
I think he's
Tell
mad at me because
tell
I just had him bring something else in here that I forgot.
tell him later that I said we're fighting.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
Yeah.
But this is the box set I pulled this out of. It's the Bronte collection.
Cute.
Let's see who's it from? Does it even say? No. Yeah, I
Is
don't
that
know then.
is that Arcticus? Am I saying it wrong?
It literally doesn't say it anywhere. So I do know there's like a polar bear on the bottom, so maybe.
I think it is.
Yeah.
If you could if you don't mind checking the inside. Now
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
the inside. I could do that. I thought it would be somewhere on the box. Yeah, for sure. Oh
I
yeah,
think
you're right. Arcturus. Yeah.
I was close. I'm like,
Yeah.
Artichoke?
Well, it's a weird name. Let's see, printed in China. Okay, doesn't tell me anything.
Nice.
Okay.
That's a nice little book. That's a nice set.
Yeah, I think this was on like clearance for
Love that.
yeah, I want to say it was like $10,
That's great.
which I love. But yeah, I haven't read any of these. Have you read any other Bronte?
Um, I'm just looking, Jane Eyre.
Maybe I should. Yeah, there you go. I haven't even read Wuthering Heights. I don't know. I haven't read any of it.
I read Wuthering Heights in high school, but I don't remember it. I have not read any of those. I think of course, I have them all.
Well, there you go. Yeah. And I pointlessly have this box set, but it's cute.
It's very cute. Hayden says he's going to add all these to his list.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Also, James earlier said The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo better be on my list. So that's
James.
one. Yeah, Maddie recently listened to. I listened to like an hour of it, and then I think I had to return it to the library. This was like a year or two ago, I want to say. So I need to get back to it for sure. It's not on my list because I don't physically have it, but I do plan to listen to it.
I agree. It is. There's something in that book, and I will not give away anything, that I was like so shocked that it wasn't spoiled for me. I don't know if Maddie had mentioned that. Just something I didn't see coming in the story, and I was like, I thought it was like the coolest thing, because usually something like that would be ruined, you know. Yeah.
Oh, now I have to.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to for a while. I'm curious. I've read most of Jane Austen's books. If you know how do Charlotte Bronte's compare? I feel like Mary maybe be able to answer that better than I would.
I should be able to, but Jane Austen is another author who, you know, was visited in high school and college, and it's been quite some time. And when we get to my other stack, you'll see that she may appear in it. Jane Austen might appear, but I feel like people who love Austen love Bronte. Like, you know, I just feel like it's that Victorian literature period that everybody kind of relates to each other.
Yeah, I definitely need to read Austen too. I don't think I've read anything. Maybe I've read something in high school. I don't remember. You
probably did.
I
think it was required.
Yeah, for sure. If you ever decide to watch an adaptation, 2006 BBC version is Perfection. The Michael Fassbender one from the 2010s was a choice. Okay, interesting.
It's good to know. Is it my turn? Yes.
I think, yeah.
Okay, so this author will be no surprise to Kristen. This is another reread, and related to sort of in that same time period. This is Anthony Trollope, The Way We Live Now. And
that was going to be my guess.
Hayden, if you like different editions, if you're into Trollope, this is also a Barnes & Noble edition. Floppy.
Nice.
And it is a chunkster.
It's a chunky beast, yeah.
But because I've read it, and I also did the same thing with this book, I probably physically read about 60% and 40% audiobook. And highly recommend, if anybody is interested in the audiobook, the narrator that I chose, I will gladly share it. I probably should have had that ready, but amazing narration of that book. So, and I have, as Kristen knows, I have so many unread Trollope books on my shelf. But yeah, I decide that I probably want to reread one I've already read and ignore the others.
We love that.
Yeah.
But speaking of rereads, you were talking about rereads, and I was like, I should have grabbed something because there's one reread I want to do this year.
Okay.
In fact, I want to do it really soon, like within next month.
Oh.
I didn't mean to smack that.
That's okay. I keep doing it too.
And I had Reed just come in here to bring it to me.
Nice.
And that's why he was annoyed, because he did it twice. But sorry, Reed. Thank you. But this will be no surprise to anyone. I think anyone who've watched me, who's heard me talk about this a few times now.
All right.
Mary, it's not going to be a surprise to you.
All right.
In fact, I feel like you could guess it.
Did you just invest in upgrading? Put it that way?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something else.
No, but now I want to know what that is.
I thought it was going to be Giant Days.
Oh, well, I'm talking about prose still.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah. Although I am reading Giant Days because I have a show with Joe. Yes. November 11th, apparently.
That's right.
By that, I mean, oops, forgot it was so close. No, this is my still to this day, my favorite prose book I've read this year. I read it this year, and I'm going to read it again.
Oh, yeah, I know. Because
the sequel's coming out next month. And that's, of course, Delilah Green Doesn't Care. Y'all.
Or as I like to call it, don't worry, I won't curse, but I like to say Delilah Green Doesn't Give AF.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I call it.
And my favorite is she cares so much. She cares so much, guys. I it is quite floppy too. I like it.
Oh,
I love this book so much. This is not even like a genre I've dipped my toes in before this year,
yeah.
right? But it was so good. It made me feel so many things. I had all the feelings, y'all, okay? And the sequel's coming out next month, and I've never been a person to even get a prose sequel day of, I don't think.
Yeah.
I've just never been that invested in a series even, right? But I need it the first day. I'm so excited. Like I can't handle it. I think I've put it on hold at the library and I don't expect it to get day of there. I haven't pre-ordered it yet because I'm thinking about going to a book event. Like it's a problem.
Wow.
Yeah. But I don't know if I can get off work yet. So
Okay.
just I love it. I love it so much.
I think you have to go to the book event because you really, I don't know, I just
Yeah.
feel like you read that book at a time when you really needed it, and
Yeah. That's a
I
huge part of it. Yeah.
I think that's big, and, like, you've been talking about that book for, I'd say it's probably your favorite book of the year of all books, not
I think
just
you're right, which is
prose. Yeah.
ridiculous. And I've also never reread a prose book the same year I've read it, but I
Yeah.
intend to because I
Yeah.
just want to refresh myself right before it comes out.
Yeah.
I'm going to try my best to get to that book event. I hate that it's on a Tuesday. That's the only
Oh,
thing.
that's tough,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but oh my gosh. I love it so much. So I'm very excited about it.
What's the next title? You've said it, but I
Um
forgot.
I believe it's oh my gosh, I've looked at it so many times and now I'm like,
Sorry.
hold on. No, it's in the back because there's like a little excerpt, which I've read. I mean, I never read little excerpts for next books in the back of
Right.
something. Like, okay. Astrid Parker doesn't fail.
Oh.
Astrid is a character in this book.
Oh.
She's Delilah's sister. So, and that's fun too, which I guess is like a thing in this genre where like you get like sequels, but they're continuations of characters, and you can read them in whatever order
Oh, that's good.
because
Yeah.
they just have characters like these two will be back in that book kind of thing, but it's
Right.
about other characters that you've already
Yeah.
met.
Love
So
that.
excited. The excerpt was so good. Like I'm just like, y'all got me. This is such a good way to market a book too. Just put an excerpt for the next one. You got me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna reread it. It's happening.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm
Yeah.
excited for you on that one.
Thank you.
All right, I gotta do a reach here. This is where things could fall. But hang on. We're almost there.
Hopefully not.
Almost there. I got my mitts on a couple more.
Oh, and Chris says, thanks. I actually read Austin's book in my 30s. That's cool.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Hang on. Gotta grab two more. All right, what do you want first? I'll let you pick. I have fiction and nonfiction in front of me.
Ooh, let's go nonfiction.
Okay, good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll go with this one. So I'm into the true crime thing, as Kristen is.
Mm-hmm.
This is true crime. It's definitely a crime. Or do you want to guess, Kristen? You have the look on your face like you might want to guess. So this is about a. There's only one way to describe it, and it's going to give it away, but it's okay. It's about an art theft.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the biggest one, and it's an unsolved case. I've watched everything and anything I can watch through Netflix and stuff, but I had to have the book. This is about the Gardner heist. This is a museum in Boston. Millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of art that was stolen. I want to say what the year is escaping me. I believe it was like in the 90s. Yeah, March 18th, 1990. It's the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston, and it is considered the largest art heist ever. The pieces are not retrieved yet. It's making me crazy. I'm so obsessed with this story that I actually went and bought a couple prints of like my favorite pieces that were stolen, and I'm going to make a little section on the wall.
That's
My
awesome.
My wife Kim doesn't really know that yet, so please don't tell her. She's going to come home from work one day and it'll just be up and she's just going to shake her head. She'll know exactly what it is.
And you're like, hey, there's guitars appearing everywhere. It's
Yeah,
fine.
all
Yeah.
over the place, right? There's one over there, one over there. I keep kicking my foot. I keep stubbing my toe on her speaker under the desk. So no. So yeah, so this book, I think it might actually be, I started to I was flipping through it. I think it might be a little bit dry, but I just like to read these to see if there are any like facts about the theft that maybe I didn't know about yet, you know? So that one I would definitely like to get to before the end of the year.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Thanks.
Oh, let's see. What do I have? I have a typical one. No one's going to be surprised by this either. This is one of my cat mystery series, and that is Curiosity Thrilled the Cat.
Oh,
This is the first book in a magical cat mystery series.
love it.
There's magic involved too. Look, y'all, if you don't know, I go to these used bookstores and I get these cat mysteries, and they're dirt cheap, and it's my favorite thing to do. And I have too many of them, so I need to actually read more than I've read, which is not a lot. And this series, I have several in this series. So I'm like, okay, I want to start with one where I have the first one and I can keep going. I know a lot of these you don't have to read the first one, but like, I don't know about you, Mary, but like, I feel like I can't do that. Like,
I'm the same way. I like to start because
yeah.
I want to get the most out of like, I mean, I always say like, obviously if you picked up like the 5th volume, it's not like you couldn't follow along, but I like to get all the little nuances and
Yeah,
stuff like that from the previous,
that's exactly how I feel. So
Yeah.
this is one I feel like I need to start.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, keeping in that theme, again,
Oh,
I show up with the cats.
that's right.
So we have Florida Bright.
Yes.
So this is book 1, this is book 2. And what is the series called? It's the Lighthouse Library Mystery by Eva Gates. I believe I saw on BookTube Sue's Book Nook read. I forget which one. She may have started them out of order, but I remember her commenting on these like, and then of course I was at a sale and thought, why not? Why just buy one? Buy 2 volumes,
You have to.
So I have a feeling both of these will be fun audiobooks. I love to listen to my cozies on audio. So we'll see.
Love those. Love the covers. Perfect. My next pick is a Book of the Month book.
Oh, Book of the Month.
Yeah.
Wait, before you share, should we tell everybody what happens
Yes.
Oh my God, it's probably going to happen today.
Oh, you're right. Why did I get so excited? Because I'm not ordering, probably, but maybe, I don't know.
So for people I don't know if everyone knows what Book of the Month is. It's this club that we belong to, and you get like 1 credit a month, and you can pick out one of their selections or new releases. Sometimes they're early releases, and then you can do add-ons that are only $9.99. You can do 2 add-ons a month. So when one of us checks the app first and realizes that the books have been posted for the next month, we send each other like a siren,
Yeah.
and we just know it's time to go check. And every time it takes us like a week, like, what are you looking at? What are you thinking about? What are you going to order? And then ultimately we're both like, yeah, I'm going to skip this month.
Yeah. we had a period of time where we were definitely ordering every single month.
Yeah.
We were ordering too much every month. And that's why ultimately pretty much a good chunk of this year, we've just been like, we freak out on the day of, we look at the book choices, we get excited about it. And then we're like, I think we're going to skip this month. Because if you skip, they don't charge you, which is great.
Yes, correct.
And we've been involved so long that, you actually gifted me a subscription.
Yes.
It was like 3 months and I got hooked. Because if you stay for like a year, you get certain other perks. We get a free book on our birthday month.
Exactly.
We get a free book at the end of the month. So I know in December I'm going to have to order because I want that free book.
That's how you get the free books. You got to do it.
So it's actually great. Yeah, you can't leave that on the table. It's actually a great deal.
Nope.
But that means I have too many of these on my shelf. So that I haven't touched. And this is one that was a recommendation you gave me.
Oh.
and I had to pick it up, and I know there's snow involved, so it made me be like, "This is one." It's a
Hmm.
thriller.
Is it Ruth Ware?
No,
No.
but that's also on my shelf. I thought about picking that one, then I was like, "I can't have 2 snow books." Just silly, because yeah, you can. But but this is what I know. I'm pretty positive you said you really, really liked it.
Sherry Lapina? No.
No, but these are all good
Okay.
guesses.
Okay.
And that is a book called No Exit by Taylor Adams.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's right? Am I right? You loved
ha
it, right?
You
Okay.
have to, and you have to, read it, no audiobook, just read it.
Okay.
No there's a movie, I think. None of that, just read
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I was, like, on the edge of my seat, like,
And there's snow, right? Like, am I
there's
I feel like
snow.
there's snow. Okay. You're
There
like,
is
"Oh,
lots
there
of
is."
snow, yeah.
And they can't get out or whatever, right? Yeah.
You will
Okay.
be
There's
so
no exit.
no exits. Draw an S on the cover there.
Oh, okay. Got it. Right here. Okay.
Yeah, I don't rave about books much, in the sense that, "Oh my god, that is, like, one of the best thrillers I've read in years."
I love
Years.
that.
Yeah.
And my bar's pretty low because I love thrillers. I haven't read a ton.
Yeah.
So it's easy to impress me anyway, I
Right.
think.
Yeah, those are always fun conversations, like, it's happened a few times where you'll read a
Yeah.
thriller,
Yeah.
and I'll read it, I'm like, I was annoyed," you
Yeah,
know?
specifically, I think of, Riley Sager's
I knew you were
Survive the
gonna
Night,
say
yeah. Which I was like, "Oh, I loved it so much, this is
Yeah.
great," and then you went and got it, and you were like, "This is the worst," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No.
I had you gift that, I'm sorry." I just feel bad. But
But so
I
many I think that was me, though, so many people love that book. I just think I was, like, a real pain in the butt when I read it, like, I think I was
I
just giving it a hard time.
I mean, I feel like the thrillers, it goes either way for people,
Yeah.
right? I feel
Yeah.
like there's no middle
Yeah.
often.
I agree.
So I'm looking forward to this though, and it's been sitting there forever, and I'm like, "You know
Do
what?
it.
I feel like it's the time, right?
Yeah.
'Cause, it's
Yeah.
getting colder, and
Yep.
I want a good thriller. I haven't had one. Maybe have I read a thriller this year? I don't know what's wrong with me.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
if
if I
you have.
have. Yeah, and that's annoying,
Yeah, and that one's a super quick read. It's
and
an
I love
easy
that.
read. Yeah,
I love that.
and
Okay.
I say that as such a compliment to the book. It's like, yeah,
I love that. I need a good breezy, can't put it down,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
maybe I'll do it tonight.
You'll be creeped out.
I wanna be creeped out. I'm so excited.
Oh man, now I wish I had a thriller in my pile here, but I don't.
Mm.
Don't. Okay, I'll let you pick again. Nonfiction or fiction?
Let's go fiction. And real
Okay.
quick, Chris is asking, do the cats talk in these books, or is it just
Oh.
narration? It's a good question. I think I'm not sure about this one specifically. Let's see. The fact that there's sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just sorry, I'm interrupting you. I just feel like I'm not trying to be funny, but I've never read a cozy mystery where there are like talking animals. That sounds like I'm trying to be funny. I'm really not.
Yeah. No, I haven't either. But I see magic cats and I'm like, maybe
Yeah.
it's different. But no, it sounds like really usually there's just like a crime involved, and
Mhm.
then there are cats in it. With these sort of books.
Yeah.
And it sounds like maybe, let's see, there's a stocky tuxedo cat named Hercules.
Aw, Hercules.
Yeah, I love him. Who share their human's fondness for Barry Manilow. That's funny.
That's great.
See, but beyond all the furs and purrs, there seems to be something more to these felines. When murder interrupts this place they're in, the main character finds herself the prime suspect. More stunning is her realization that her cats are truly special, perhaps even magical. Suddenly, she's relying on their skills to solve this crime and save her reputation. With a little legwork from her four-legged friends, Kathleen may be able to solve this perfect murder. Okay, so it's stuff like that, which sounds so silly, but like so something I'm gonna enjoy.
Well, I think often like I don't like to assume people, even know what a cozy mystery is, but for people that don't, I always try to say to them, just like think of Murder She Wrote, the show, but like in book form. It's just
Yeah.
like you're not gonna get you're not gonna get too much violence. There's no blood and gore. It's like very clean crime,
Yeah.
small town. And it's funny, I just picked this book back up because with the cat on the cover. I just skimmed the back, and this book doesn't even mention the cat that's on the cover. It's just about, you
Yeah, I
know,
found like a lot of cozy mysteries have cats on the cover, but
yeah,
there's no cats involved at all.
right. There'll be like maybe a mention that somebody in the town has one at home or like,
Right, yeah.
you know,
But
yeah.
typically, like, and you can kind of tell. So, like, what was that series called?
A lighthouse library mystery.
Yeah, so we know that like that's the main focus of it. Versus
Yeah.
this is like magical cats mystery.
Yes.
So when it's like these sort of very cat specific ones, I love
Yes.
those. But you know, I love a good cozy anyway. So I've picked up some with just really funny covers
Yeah.
with like
Yeah. Yeah.
cats on it, and I'm like, I'll like it anyway. Yeah, cozy is very much the word, right? Like
Yeah.
it'll make you feel good, even though there's murder. It's
Right.
still like just makes you feel nice. It's great
Yeah.
to, curl up with some hot apple cider or
Yeah.
something and like read it. It's like it's the time for them.
Right. And they're just very wholesome. I guess I'd say they're
Yeah.
wholesome.
Yeah. Make you
Um,
feel nice.
so yeah. I tend to like the ones that are about like bakeries and like
Mhm.
that kind of thing, as if I need one more thing to make me think about sweets, but
I feel that. I feel that.
all right, so my next one is it's by someone that we sort of discussed. This is Jane Austen. There's three stories in this. The first one is the one I am most interested in reading first. It's Lady Susan because it is epistolary, so it's all letters. Um, I love reading stories in letter form. My wife tells me it's because I'm nosy. But I just think it's such a great way to paint a picture and tell a story. Like it'd be like today's times if somebody, picked up, our phones and read our text. But I still feel like it wouldn't be as elaborate, and it's
Hmm.
just different when people write letters.
Absolutely. It's a different time too.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so there's Lady Susan, the Watsons, and Sandition. I think a lot of people know Sandition. I think that's had some TV shows done and movies, I think. But I picked this one of Jane Austen because I figure Lady Susan isn't that long, and going along with the theme of what we're trying to do, what we're trying to fit in before the end of the year, I think that's very doable. But you know, like Chris was asking about Austen, I definitely think I definitely want to revisit a lot of Jane Austen too. So that's on the list.
I love that. I love a good back and forth letter too. Like
Right?
what was it? 84 Charing Cross Road.
Oh,
Is that right?
yes.
Yeah. Which I
Yes.
love that. I love that so much.
That needs to be
Um,
in my reread pile over here.
yeah, it's a good
Ah,
one. That's a good one. But yeah, more of that. I need more
yes.
of that. I also love how fast those go,
Yes.
because it just very concise and
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. Let's see. I have another one that I believe you also recommended to me.
Oh boy.
It's another thriller. I'm like, I need to get some of these thrillers off my shelf, like for real. I need to read them. And that is The Shadows by Alex North.
Oh,
Is this right? Did you love this one?
it was very good.
Okay. Okay.
This
That's what I
one
thought.
this one's it's dark. This one
Okay.
goes dark. Yeah.
Okay. I
And
don't know anything about it. And I kind of don't with thrillers. I don't even want to know really,
I'm the same way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um and dare I say it's in the vein of like a Stephen King.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm into this.
Look at
I'm
you
into
with the book of the month club books.
yeah. I only grabbed two, but I was like, those are the
No,
two. I was like, I need two
yeah,
Mary ones. Here we go.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just seeing what
Oh, I get the coziness. I read all the Cheapskate Diaries, which is a series about a small town and all the people who live in. Oh, that sounds nice.
yeah, I'd like to check that out.
I said Cheapskate. That's not what that says.
Listen,
Chesapeake. Chesapeake.
this is what friends do. I knew you would come back to it. There was no need to be like, Kristen.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. I
I knew
appreciate
you'd
that.
come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheapskate, that could be a whole other series, which could be very funny.
and it sounds less cozy. So the more I am like, that sounds like a crime situation or something. Chesapeake Diaries. I'm gonna check that out now, Chris. Especially because I butchered it. I apologize.
Nice. All right. So my next one is nonfiction. I have a little affinity towards Winston Churchill. So this one is called Working with Winston. And it is about the women that worked alongside him while he was still around.
That's
So
cool.
I just thought it would be interesting for me on a lot of levels. I always like to hear about people in history through the eyes of others, particularly if these women all worked with him. So it's broken down in categories of each employee, and it's funny because of different things I've done in my career. I feel like I'm going to really be able to relate to this. And Kristen's laughing because she knows. So yeah, so I don't know much about this book. This is one that I had heard about on BookTube and got it for a good price. So I picked it up, just trying to see if there's anybody who's blurbed on the back that anybody might be interested in, but I don't think. Yeah, it's just some authors that have also written about Churchill. But yeah, it's funny. I have a whole collection of Churchill books, much like my graphic novel collection. It's just building up, and it's a little intimidating, right? It's just like
Yeah.
just pick one. Like he was known for like really loving his pets. He had cats in the war room when he was working and stuff.
Love that.
And I have like a couple books on like related to that, like all about the animals that he loved and enjoyed having around. And I just think that's the coolest thing, right? No one thinks of that during World War II, right? But here, this guy loved his pets, and I have a couple books on that too. Like, why haven't I picked those up yet? But that's what these kind of shows I think are for, like to
Yeah, absolutely.
get us in gear.
Be like, why haven't we read these book of the month books we've had for too
Yeah,
long? Yeah,
exactly,
absolutely.
exactly.
That sounds really good.
Thank
I'm
you,
excited for your thoughts. Yeah.
thank you.
See, my final book on my regular list that isn't honorable mentions is so it'll be the second time I'm reading this author. I read one of his novellas, I
Oh,
think last year,
okay.
and I loved it. And I say that, but I think I gave it 4 stars. You know, do you ever feel that way? You're like, I loved it, and I gave it 4 stars. Like, I don't know.
Well, we talk about this, right? Like we always like make everybody remember, like, okay, 3 star. Sometimes people say, "Oh, I didn't really like it. It was 3 stars." Like 3 stars
Mhm.
means you liked the book, right?
Right,
But
right.
4 stars, 4 stars, I think is like you really liked it.
Hmm.
You can't go willy nilly with 5 star and
Yeah,
things.
absolutely. You're right. You're absolutely right. Also, I think like time makes you feel differently about books sometimes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think back to this one. I'm like, no, I really loved. I read it so fast. It is maybe not the only book, but the first book in like recent memory. Maybe the only book in recent memory that I went to the store and I bought it and I
Okay.
came home and I sat down and I read the entire thing that night.
Okay.
It is novella, so it wasn't like too hard or anything. But
It counts.
since then, I'm like, I want to read everything this guy does
Okay.
because it was so something I've never read before. And so this is a
Okay.
horror book. It's called You've Lost a Lot of Blood by Eric
Oh,
LaRocca.
that's right.
And this is another like shorter novella from him. I read Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke last year, and it was bonkers. Like I can't even tell you. Not for the faint of heart. That one, like, and I assume not this one either. Look at this cover. I should put it down now, but it's a little brutal. But like, and I don't even know what this one's about. I
Okay.
just know that Books and Lala, who I adore on BookTube,
Yep.
she reviewed the last one. That's why I picked it up, and I
Okay.
loved it. And then this one, she was like, at first, what'd she say? I think she said at first, she was like, "What's going on?" And this is not what I thought it would be, and I'm not liking it. But
Right.
then I guess something happened where she realized, wait, nothing's like I thought it was.
Okay.
And then it became amazing to her. So I was like,
Nice.
okay, I
Yeah.
already like this author, so I need to read it. But I'm telling you, if you haven't read, anyone listening, things have gotten worse since we last spoke. It is horror. It is gross. It's really gross. It's brutal. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
It was a lot, but
Wow.
it was also so weird that I loved it. I don't know.
Okay.
Super weird and strange, and I'm expecting similar things from this one.
Okay.
And I want to read it all now. And I will say there's also some interesting like transcripts and stuff in here.
Okay.
Like so some of the pages are like laid out kind of differently. Also there's centipedes
All
between
right.
chapters and I don't like
Okay.
that. I'm kind
I
of
don't like
concerned
that.
about it because I am not a centipede person. Like those house ones, if I see
Oh,
one,
I
I'm
don't want to talk. Yeah, the
sorry,
house ones.
sorry. I
Yeah.
gotta
Oh
leave
my
at that
God.
point. I just leave. I'm like, bye, Reed. You gotta. Yeah, it's not good. So I'm kind of worried about that. I don't know if there's bugs involved, but it seems like there may be.
Maybe put some just like read it with some post-its next to you, and just when you see the bugs, put post-it pads
Yeah,
on. You
just
know,
like I
post-it
don't need.
notes.
That's a good idea. I may have to. I'm still excited, but I may have to.
Oh my goodness. I can't help it. I know this isn't book related, but it reminds me of when we had that ridiculous conversation about the lantern flies.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I'd never heard of them. I was like, what is happening?
Well, depending on where you live, like anybody that's possibly listening to this, like if you live like anywhere near New York, New Jersey, I believe Pennsylvania, I think Connecticut, we're having this issue with these lantern flies. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I probably sound extremely like off today. But there are these bugs that are like killing crops and eating, leaves and killing all kinds of you know, like vegetation. And so we've all been instructed to kill them when we see them. I know it's like sounds a little brutal, but so I'm telling Kristen about this and she's like, "Do you mean like lightning bugs?" It was very funny. You maybe had to have been there, but all
Yeah.
the centipede and bug talk is just I can't help it. It's making me think of the lantern
And I
flies.
was so confused. I was like, "You're not supposed to kill lightning bugs. What do you mean right now?" Like,
Exactly. You're like, "Mary, it's so brutal. It's not
yeah,
like
I was like,
you."
"Yikes!"
But anyway, little sidebar.
Yeah, love that.
Um, so I think did I take extra turns? I don't know.
I don't know. Are you out?
No, I'm not out yet, but I have one more physical book in front of me, but when we go into honorable mentions, they're all up here, so I'll be fine.
Mm, got it.
So my last one that I have in front of me is another classic by Oscar Wilde, Picture of Dorian Gray. This is definitely one I've been meaning to get to, and I definitely have more than one edition. Um, this one, oh, this is a penguin. It's different looking for a penguin, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very different.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
this is one that I've always wanted to get to. It says Dorian Gray is young, rich, and beautiful. When he sees an exquisite portrait of himself, he is bewitched and offers his soul in exchange for eternal youth and good looks. So I can't imagine that goes well. So, but this is a classic
Yeah.
that I've always heard about, and it's a shorter one. So yeah, it's just one I don't know if I've ever read this. I don't think this is one that I read in high school, but regardless, I definitely want to get to it sooner than
What's
later.
What's funny is I was just thinking, I was like, did I read that in high school? I feel like I did,
Did
but
you?
I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
So that's what
Yeah.
I've been curious about visiting again too.
Nice.
For sure. Okay, so by the way, James is saying my channel must be getting a bit boxer here. I just saw that.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Are you guys seeing it in the chat? Because I opened the chat on my phone and I'm not seeing them, so I don't know if like a spam filter caught it or what. But if you could let me know, that'd be great. Maybe James, do you want to be a mod? You're a mod everywhere else. Do you want to be a mod again? You don't have to. Anyway. All right. So my honorable mentions. I got another cozy here,
Yes.
which is a cider shop mystery. This is called Apple Cider Slaying.
Ooh.
And I got it because of the cover. Look at that little tabby with
Oh
like a
yeah.
big bag of apples. I don't know. I just thought it was so cute. And it's such the time, right? It's season
Definitely.
themed. So makes me want to read it soon.
You're gonna make me go get cider now.
I know. Oh, I want it so bad.
I'm cheating a little bit. I'm pulling up my Hoopla for some stuff that I recently favorited to tell you. Sorry, don't mind me.
That's okay.
Oh, here's one. This is just I'm not saying I'm gonna get to this before the end of the year, but this is just along the lines of the silliness with the cozies. This one's called Up to No Gouda.
Ooh.
It's a grilled
Up
cheese
to no
mystery.
Gouda.
I mean, that's ridiculous, right? But that's one I recently saw. Yeah, it's part of the grilled cheese mysteries. Come on, guys. But that one doesn't count for an honorable mention. The one I was thinking of before we hopped on here, Kristen, I know we talked about it, and I said I would put it in the category of this is your fault that I bought this, Kristen. It's the Animal Man by Jeff Lemire omnibus.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you talking about it on some show, I forget which one, and I was like, yeah, I never read that. I want that. So I went online and I bought it. And I haven't read it yet, of course.
I mean, I love that. I was finding it beside me. And it's a nice hardcover. Like it's
Yeah.
just a nice omnibus.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it was like much faster than I thought it would be,
Yeah.
in a good way, for an omnibus especially.
Nice.
But I really liked it. I love Jeff Lemire, of course. I'm a huge Jeff Lemire fan, but I don't usually follow his big two stuff. I just don't typically care enough, honestly.
I get that.
I mean, I love him, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm not running out to immediately read it.
Mm-hmm.
So I read this one a little late, which is good because an omnibus came out, so it worked
Exactly.
out. But yeah, I really liked it for sure.
Nice.
I have, let's see, what do I want to? Yeah, I'll show this one. I have Loveless by Alice Oseman. I know Hayden in the chat will appreciate this. Hayden's a big Alice Oseman fan as well. But I read Radio Silence by Alice years ago, and I adored it. And of course, I've read Heartstopper and adore that as well. But this is one about an asexual character, I believe.
Nice.
And it sounds really good. Everything I've heard about it, it sounds really good. This is actually the UK edition, which is beautiful.
Yeah, I love that.
But they have like a whole series of like similar editions. Like it makes me want to. I've never bought Radio Silence. It makes me want to get all of them. They're just so pretty and they go together.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Yes.
But yeah, this has been on my list for a long time, and I'm like, what am I waiting for? What's happening? I know, like it feels like one I know I'm gonna like. So why am I waiting?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's right there, right on your shelf. Yeah. I think I borrowed Radio Silence because I know that you said it was so great, but then the borrow ended and then I never revisited. But I think that's on Hoopla. So
it probably is. It's an older one too.
Yeah.
Hayden says they still need to buy Loveless. Okay, Hayden, buddy, read.
Do you think that there will be a Heartstopper box set? I'm holding out for one. You think it's in the works?
I think it will have to happen, and then I'm going to be annoyed I don't have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Especially because it's coming to an end. So
yeah, I can't count how many times I've had like a couple volumes in my hand. I'm like, Mary, I know what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
So I am wishing that. I thought maybe it would come out for this holiday season, but I guess if it's not announced yet, it's not happening, right?
Yeah, that would have been a good time for it, but
yeah,
I imagine something's in the works.
Yeah.
Down to Buddy Read, Any Oseman. Okay, Hayden, let's do it.
Nice.
Let's do it. Also, thanks to everybody for the let me know about the spam. It shows up in the live chat, not top chat. Okay, that's probably was my problem of not seeing it.
Oh, okay.
So thank you for that. Thanks, James. I made James a mod. So
James keeping everything safe. Love it.
Appreciate it.
So an honorable mention that we can laugh at because we know I'm not going to get to it, but I like to be positive and hopeful. And so when the Doctor Doom omnibus came out, the one that just recently came out, I had to have it, had to order it right away. The thing is bigger than me, and, how about I'll say this, I would like to start it.
Hmm.
Well, I would like to
What a
take it
nice
out
goal.
I'd like to take it out of the plastic
Hey,
and read a couple
cheers.
pages.
I love this for you.
I have these I don't know, I kinda give you permission, Kristen, to, like, make me second guess when before I buy an omnibus moving forward.
Okay, okay.
I will not get angry with you. I just kinda if you could just be like, "Mary,
Mhm,
do you need that?" And then, because I would be honest with you, you know?
mhm.
Maybe you could help me with that.
Okay, if that's what you need. If
That's
you
what
need
I
me to do
need.
that instead of being like, "Yeah, buy it," then, I can be that person too. Like,
Just
whatever you
just for omnibuses
Okay,
because,
got it,
you know,
got it.
I, like, struggle with them, trying to hold them. It's like, I'm
What
no
they're
weak
quite big.
yeah, I'm no weakling. It's just like,
Yeah,
I'm just, like, completely awkward trying to I know
I
people
get
like,
it.
"Oh, get a stand." I'm like, "It seems like a
No.
lot of work to read something."
Yeah, also, I'm not gonna buy, like, a $50 stand for, like, a $50 book. I just don't
Yeah.
understand. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
"No."
out of hand. Like, my little throw pillow works just fine,
Yeah, that's what I use. Yep.
That's it. It's even too heavy to lean on the dog. Like, if I put Doctor Doom on little Alexander, I
Oh,
might crush him.
he'll have back problems for the
Oh
rest of
my
his life.
goodness.
Not a good idea. He'll have to see your chiropractor. I just,
Right?
like it's
Can't
messed
have it.
up.
Can't have it.
No, no. Oh, Hayden would kill for the Heartstopper
Ah.
hardcovers, but they were exclusive to some subscription box and super rare.
Oh, wow. I didn't
I
know that.
I've ran into that lately with, Delilah Green came out with, like, one of those subscription boxes exclusive. They're
Yeah.
coming out with one for the second one, and I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Okay.
I need it because it's like a
Right.
hardcover, it's got the sprayed edges and stuff. It's beautiful, but I'm like, "Wait a second, I can't get the first one anymore because it's totally
Mm.
rare, you just can't find it."
What's the,
Like,
subscription box that it was with?
I can't
For
I can't remember let's see.
and Hayden, do you know which, subscription box that was with Heartstopper?
I
I'm just
remember seeing the
curious.
Yeah, and I remember seeing the Heartstopper one too. I don't know if it was the same one, subscription box. Illumicrate was the Delilah
Hmm.
Green one, and you can't get it anymore, makes me sad. Let's
This
see.
reminds me of whenever, Kristen, we have conversations about record store day, and each time you're so patient with me because I have, like, a little fit because I couldn't find a record I wanted, and you're like and you explain to me every time, like, "Mary, I understand, but it's good for business, but," and you're, like, so
Yeah,
patient with me, and I have the same reaction, I just have, like, a little hissy fit every time.
I get it though, because now I'm so sad I can't. I would love the Heartstopper too. It also has, like, the sprayed edges. I just found it, and Hayden's right, it was Fairy Loot.
Nice.
So there are all these, like, book crates that I don't wanna, like, have to buy to, like,
Yeah.
get on, like
You're like, "I
and
don't
then you
want
can't
the I
find them
don't"
now.
yeah. You're like, "I don't want the socks and the things of tea, like, I just want the
Exactly.
book." I don't
Yeah,
really know what comes in these boxes. I'm
but I
yeah.
assume, yeah. It sucks with the Heartstopper yearbook is a hardcover, so it doesn't match the
Mm,
normal editions. Yeah, it's such a bummer. I think they'll come out with hardcovers at some point. It'll be
yeah.
a hardcover maybe it'll be a hardcover box set, and then I'll feel okay because I'm gonna have to buy it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can upgrade to that, you know? But we'll see.
Mm.
Hopefully, Hayden, hopefully. Um,
Look what I stirred up.
yeah, I mean, it happens. We all have these feelings. So, this is an author, that you mentioned earlier
Oh,
when you were guessing what book I was gonna pull up.
okay.
I haven't even pulled the Ollie sticker off of this,
Love that.
and that's Ruth Ware, The Turn of the Key.
Okay, okay.
It's so shiny.
I
But this
think
is one I think you loved, right?
I
Or you
think
liked?
I think I liked.
Okay,
I'll tell you for sure in a second.
okay. You're like, "Let me
'Cause
look this up."
let me look this up. But I think you will enjoy it.
Okay.
I remember feeling a lot in that book, like, a lot of anticipation because how do I say it? I don't wanna spoil anything. Sometimes you're reading something and it's like, "Is this supernatural or is someone messing with me? Someone messing
Mm,
with that character." There was
mhm.
some of that going on,
Okay, interesting.
and I typically guess the wrong way on those things, but I think you'll enjoy that book. She
Okay.
writes, like, um she writes in a very, like, easy way, like a it's a quick read. That's all I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
which I love.
Yeah.
And I wanted to put more thrillers on here, so that's what I got.
Okay, you wanna laugh? I'm like, "Yeah, I thought it was okay." 5
What?
stars.
Oh, 5 star. That's
I
I
mean
thought I remembered that
I
you
mean,
loved it.
what is wrong with me?
It's
Wait,
so funny.
what is going on? Do you know on my Goodreads, I gave it 5 stars, but it's on my want to read shelf.
You know, I find this happens. So look, y'all, Goodreads is garbage. It's garbage and I love it at the same time, right? Like I couldn't live without it, but is not good. Okay. So usually I found that happens because that's happened to me sometimes too.
Yeah.
When you'll see like a different edition pop up. So
Oh.
if you put that edition on your want to read and then read a different edition, that'll happen, which is crazy annoying. Yeah, it's not great.
You wanna hear my extensive review? I don't even
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
This is my first Ruth Ware read, and I can say it won't be my last. I was suspicious of every character at one point or another. This was the perfect thriller in my book. I guess I really loved it.
Perfect thriller.
In my book.
This sounds like one of your favorite thrillers you've ever read.
Ever,
And you're
ever.
like, it was fine.
Now I have to see now I have to see what I rated No Exit because I really
Oh,
if I didn't rate that 5
oh,
something's wrong with me. I hope I'm invited back on your channel. Oh, no, 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 I'm sorry. I did rate it 5 stars.
oh, okay, good. What did
I
you
acci
see at first?
I accidentally saw, like, the overall rating for the book, so I thought I gave it
Oh,
full
okay.
stars.
Okay. Well, good.
Okay, and I didn't feel a need to write a review on this one for some reason.
Can you look up the shadows while you're at it? I'm curious
Sure.
what you gave this one.
Because you don't trust me now, you're like,
No,
"Mary,
because well,
The Shadows." Um, is that Alex N
Alex North, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and Hayden says, yeah, that happens sometimes because
Oh.
they change the ISBN on editions, and sometimes they don't. It's bizarre. Yeah, Goodreads makes no sense.
Now, like, I'll probably show up in your feed that I just reviewed, Ruth Ware today. Okay, let's see. At least it says I read it. Oh,
Yeah,
I gave
Chris
it
says, I'm
what'd he say?
sorry. He just
No,
said
it's
the
fine.
app is terrible. I have to change read to reading all the time. I know it is
Oh, wow.
garbage. It is a garbage app. It's not a great website, y'all, but like I love it and I can't not use it.
I know, I'm the same way. I gave it 4 stars, The Shadows.
Okay, that's good.
All this talk about thrillers, it's making me think there was one other one I wanted to ask if you got to, and now, of course, I can't remember. It'll come to me.
Yeah, you'll let
Well,
me know.
that was fun, reading my, my Goodreads to everyone.
That was great.
Oh, no. Well, I ran out of books,
Okay,
I think. Yeah, I did.
I just have 2 more honorable mentions that I wanted to mention. The Stranger Things book I got at Ollie's,
Oh,
Darkness
cool.
on the Edge of Town. It is about Hopper and his like cop sheriff days. What was he? Detective? He's a detective.
Oh, nice.
So there's like homicides, and it's the summer of 1977, rather. And something very strange happened. I don't know, y'all. I love Hopper,
Oh,
so
that's cool.
yeah, I was like, this sounds cool, very crime-like,
Yeah,
and you know, if they get Hopper right, then it's probably
yeah.
very nice. So I'm gonna read that sometime, and then we're gonna end with Stephen King
Here we are.
because 1, it's floppy. Okay, 1.
Okay.
2, it's classic. And 3, I still haven't read it. I have seen the movie though.
Okay.
So it's one of those, and that's Misery.
Oh, nice.
Got it at Target,
Target.
apparently. I should really take that off. I don't know. But I love this edition. I just thought it was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. Just the cabin and yeah.
That's a nice cover.
Yeah. So is this one you've read?
I have not. I think I have one of the covers. I want to say it's like from the 80s. I have a hardcover. No, but of course I haven't read it.
Okay. But yeah, one day, and it's nice and
Nice.
floppy. It flops
Yeah.
pretty good. We like that.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, that's it. I
Thinking
think.
of sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say your the Stranger Things book that you showed from Ollie's. I was gonna ask
Mhm.
you if you've been there in a while. I haven't been to Ollie's in a bit.
I haven't been there in a bit. And if that's something you're interested in, we still might have some, so I could grab you one if you want. But yeah, I haven't been in a while. I don't know. I probably don't need to go right now. You know what I mean?
Need, want,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
retail therapy.
Right, right. We'll see. We'll see. Um, I think a good way to end this though would be let's pick one
Oh.
graphic novel manga,
Mhm.
one or two, I don't know, that we want to actually maybe read really soon. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And then one prose.
Oh, okay.
Or alternatively, we could pick one for each other.
Oh, okay. I like that. Let's pick one
We
for
don't,
each other, right?
and if we don't, then it's fine. We'll be fine. You
This
know.
is a no pressure kind of
Right.
thing.
Right. Oh, Hayden, love that Stranger Things book. Okay. Love that. Love to hear that, Hayden.
Oh,
And Misery is probably your favorite king. Love that too. Okay, exciting. Um now I'm thinking back.
now you're like, how am I going to remember?
I think
We could
of
make this
course
really oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, go.
We could make it really goofy, and you could
Yeah.
tell me, like, a number, and I could count down on my pile.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that too goofy?
Okay. No,
Uh,
I like it.
it's a little I
It
don't know.
but is it are you worried though that it's gonna end up being an Omni? Are you worried about that?
Well,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you didn't have one. You didn't have one. Okay, I'm worried
yeah.
about
But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I think I already know as far as the comics and graphic novels what I want you to start with,
Okay, good.
and that would be Sweet Tooth. And I think also because you seem very excited about that, you
I am
know.
excited about that. Alright,
So I
alright.
no worries. I won't be upset if you don't, but that's my feeling.
And that's one I will when you said that, I'm not like, "Oh, I'm not intimidated by it." Like, as if
Mhm.
I should be intimidated by any of the books that I purchased.
I get it. I totally get it.
Alright, I could do that. I
Okay.
like that. And for you, I definitely want you to read that first cat zombie book
Oh,
with
the
the
manga?
cover when you shared cat balls with the
Cat
internet.
balls with the internet? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, got it.
But barring the balls, I think that one just looks so fun and, like, two of
Yeah,
your worlds coming together.
you're right. It has to
Yeah,
happen.
I'll pick
Yeah.
that one for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for
Sure,
that.
sure. And then the prose is tricky because I don't want to put any that could be that turns into pressure. So, we could do something like
How about just these are recommendations anyway, right?
okay,
It's just
okay,
like if I were to recommend one of the graphic novels for you to start with, it would be Sweet Tooth. I'm not saying you
okay.
have to. Just like if I were to pick one.
Yeah,
Because I don't know about you, I have trouble picking things as well. Like what
yeah,
should I read when? And clearly, because they're just
yeah.
sitting around me unread. Um, so because I would be like, hey, out of all of these thrillers that you clearly loved, apparently,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
would you pick No Exit? Would that be the one that you would
Yes,
want me to start with? Okay.
100%.
Okay.
You could read that before the zombie cat apocalypse.
Great. You're like, you need to read it now.
You can read that now.
Love it.
Um, and then so you need to pick a prose.
Yeah. I feel like you need a cozy in your life right now.
Oh, okay.
That's what I feel like.
So I'll go with the by book or by crook
Yeah.
with the
That's the
meow on
one,
the
I think.
cover. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good too because I don't have a cozy going right now, and I
Mm.
typically do, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, so I'm just thinking out loud. What are we what are you reading right now?
Um, well, I finished Black Paradox earlier before the show.
Yes, good timing.
Am I in the middle? I mean, I know according to Goodreads, I'm in the middle of too many books, but I have not updated that clearly. So I'm not actually reading any prose book. I started like I was a few pages into that Casey McQuiston book,
Oh
the
yeah.
I Kiss Shara Wheeler or whatever it's called, which seemed interesting, but I clearly didn't keep going in it. But I got
Gotcha.
distracted by homework reading, as I
Yeah.
like to call it. So I really got nothing happening directly right now that I know of.
I got
So,
you.
but I need to start a prose and actually get into it.
Yeah.
And I need something that's going to hook me and be fast. So if that's what this is, I think that's a great choice.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't. I'm a little scared to carry on so much about it, but I do have to say it's yeah. I don't want to say
Okay.
anything.
Okay.
There's one thing that happens when you first hear about it. You're going to be like, "Excuse me, what?
Okay.
What's happening? There's a what?"
Okay. Now
So
you got me really
yeah.
curious. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
So you'll have to text me when you get to that point because it's clear what I'm talking about.
Okay. Awesome.
How
Love that.
annoying am I right now?
No, I love it.
Oh man. Trying to think. I'm just talking out loud because you had said like, oh, about the cozy, and that
Mm.
is true because I don't have one go. Oh, I'm finishing Crumbs,
Oh yeah.
uh, which you left me a voice. I almost said mail, voice memo
Yeah.
about it, and I think I'm getting what you were saying about it. Like I do love the art, and it's very cute.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I'm about at the midway point on it, and I'm just kind of like waiting for more to happen. But I'm just
It's
trying
fair.
to like stay in the head of like this is a cute story. Like just
Yeah.
relax, Mary. Um, and then I'm working on Batman, Harley, and Ivy. Ivy and Harley? Harley and Ivy. Not sure. And do you know?
I think it's Harley and Ivy. I was
Yeah,
like
okay.
thinking, I was like, I think that's right.
And then I'm reading Truman Capote's In Cold Blood still. So
That's exciting.
yeah, kind of
Uh,
random.
yeah. And I went to Goodreads to see what's on my currently reading. I need to take some stuff off because some of it I've totally dropped off of.
Oh, okay.
But I am currently in the middle of not in the middle, not that far, but I'm in the the podcast, the audiobook. I promise I'm here. By Kelly Ripa, the
Oh,
Live
right.
Wire long-winded short stories. And it's great. Like it's
I
fun.
bet. Yeah.
She's fun. I like her. And I did start a young adult, is a young adult, maybe juvenile graphic novel,
Okay.
juvenile.
Oh, who says juvenile and juvenile?
I find it just comes out differently sometimes. I don't know. But Sui and the Shadow, about this girl and her shadow comes to life, and it's kind of creepy. And I'm like, what? I don't know. I don't know what. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but I'm gonna
Okay.
finish that. So,
All right.
the Jody Hauser Harley and Ivy, or the animated series style Harley. It's actually the Paul. What's his name? Not Paul. Paul.
Paul,
Paul.
if I could reach the book. I know, we're like the worst.
Is it on your currently reading? Maybe.
Oh, yeah. You know,
Well,
what would we do without you?
Goodreads.
Let's see. Good old Goodreads.
Goodreads. We hate you and we love you at the same time.
Yeah, I'm so quick, right?
Paul Dini.
There we go.
It came to me. That one. That's the one.
Yes. Yeah, and Paul Dini and
Hayden got there. Yeah, Paul Dini.
yeah, Hayden. Hayden's the best. Did we Oh, Kristen, I almost just asked you what my prose book was. Oh my gosh.
That cozy. Yeah.
I got it, the cozy.
We're having like, I think totally opposite choices.
Yeah.
You're like, read this and be scared. I'm like, read a cozy and feel nice. Reed's here.
Read.
Just want to say that this was/is legit one of the best shows I've watched. Mary must return for more future content. Yes.
I will gladly
Yes.
return. This is so much fun.
In fact, we should do a show with Reed too, probably at some
Oh,
point.
I'd love that.
Yeah,
I'd love that.
that would be fun. But I think right now, unless you have something else, we could end this and go read maybe.
We could do that. And did you tell Reed real quick, did you tell Reed my idea about, well, how he has such a great name for, like, so many book-themed videos?
I didn't, but I need to. I
Oh,
also didn't tell him about that record that we won't talk about on air, but I need to do that too.
wait,
The
which
picture
one?
disc.
Oh, gosh.
I totally forgot. I'll tell him that right after this though, because
Oh,
it's great.
man.
Oh, Chris says he agrees.
Chris,
Oh,
thank
also
you.
great. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad you think that.
You all are so
Bring
nice.
back Mary. I know. Mary's
Whoa.
the best.
I appreciate that. It's very kind of you guys.
But yeah, this has been awesome.
Absolutely. I just realized I look like I don't, like, pay the electric bill. It's, like, so dark behind me. Well, when we
Did it
started, it was so sunny out, you know, we
I was
get a
gonna say,
lot of
did it
light.
get dark or gloomy? Yeah.
Yeah, I just think the sun's, like, on the other side of the building now.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you go open the blinds.
Alright, and it's, like,
Read.
it's feeding time here soon, you
Oh,
know?
yeah,
I
yeah.
eat like I'm an old lady, it's 5 o'clock, I have to have dinner.
I'm also very hungry, so I get it. I totally get it. But, real quick, we gotta plug your great Instagram, which is apparently Miriam's Bookstagram.
Bookstagram. I'm looking at you like, tell them what it
Look,
is,
you're
because
like
I don't remember.
Miriam's Bookstagram. Mary's so good at Instagram, so much better than me. So check her out there. It's wonderful. You can see what she's reading, you know, you can keep up to date with that there. And we'll have you back at some point. I'm the only one here.
Well,
Sorry,
no,
Reed's gonna have
say
you back
we.
apparently.
Just
Yeah.
like we, you know, like the management will have you back, like, yeah.
Right, right. We'll
Sure.
have you back. We'll reach out
Yeah.
to your people
Cool.
and we'll get you back on. But yeah, no, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad we could do it.
Thank
And this
you.
was great.
A lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.